Previously on Descent into Avernus. Uh, After discussing the next step with Silvira, the party was informed by her that she would provide griffins for them to take to Traxagor's tower, aka I told you, out of character, so that she could send them on their way to Hell and save Elturel. The party made a last shopping stop in Candlekeep to buy weapons, armor, and provisions, thanks to Rhea for being mission focused for the journey ahead. Meanwhile, Cap worked on his shield, creating the piercing resistant shield that he dubbed the Risen. I will rename it later for you. Once heavy, they also got heavier armor, food, a cloak, a protection, a couple of blue cloaks, a leather duster that was embroidered with the silver death for Max, and quite a few fancy cloaks for Mortimer were purchased by you guys, and then you went back to Severa's tower to be
Harlan
sent
spent
off.
all his money.
Yes, he basically understood that, going to hell, probably you don't have anywhere to spend the money, so spend it while you got it. So rather than have that money burn a hole in your pocket, you went ahead and spent that. Arriving at Traxagor's tower, you met a talking otter, Traxagor himself, and a Holyfant named Lulu, a sweet southern belle. Smitten with the adorable Holyfant, the party lost focus on the task at hand and eventually found the tuning fork that Traxagor needed to transport them to Avernus. Cat made promise to provide Traxagor with an otter-sized infernal-infused armor. Max couldn't help but feel a moment of joy with Lulu. Derva was extremely excited for everything cute that was going on, and of course Harlan brooded in the corner. Traxagor informed them that Lulu sought to join them on their journey to seek her friend Zariel. After asked, Lulu explained that her memories on what exactly happened are fuzzy, but she recalled being betrayed by the Hell Riders, and Zariel giving her and someone else her sword to hide away from the forces of Avernus. She also managed to escape to meet Silvira, but she has no idea how she got out of Hell. Agreeing to take her along, ultimately the party was plane shifted to Elturel by Traxagor, where there was this terrible dark sphere that loomed over the city, striking lightning out randomly across the hellscape before them. Much of the buildings were either destroyed or abandoned, devils roamed the streets, and the distant sounds of battle could be heard all over. The party immediately leapt into action, seeing a woman named Harkin Hunt being attacked by devils, with her two children Izo and Brask running away. The party saved them and looked to Rhea for direction to safety. Rhea pointed them towards the High Hall, as that would be the best place she felt to find survivors to take refuge. They journeyed on with the intent to save as many people as possible, told me they were looking for trouble, and found a dwarven acolyte of Moradin by the name of Velcora Ashenwell. She was attempting to save a couple of other dwarves that had gotten caught up in a collapsing building, Storin Ironfist and Katra Boulderstern. You managed to free the dwarves, and they informed you that they were on their way to the High Hall when the incident occurred. While investigating, Derva looked to her note to be warned that danger was coming down the road, with a little smiley face. The party was pincered between two groups of devils and fought back against a new type of devil that they had not yet encountered. After defeating these devils and saving the dwarves, they investigated the bodies and learned that there were some sort of primary devil shock troops that serve Zariel and protect Avernus from invasion. The dwarves saved...
Devil babies.
Devil babies, yes, they were babies with little baby faces. With the dwarves shaved, Harlan outfitted them with swords rather than the ludicrous halberds that Max tried to give to them. And so that these people would at least be able to defend themselves. You guys took stock of your resources, wounds, and decided to continue your path to the High Hall. And that is where we begin, as you roughly, kind of like here-ish on the map on your way to Torm's Blade.
Harlan's looking around. This is like right after the battle, right?
Yeah, you guys have just completed the scrap in the streets near the
All right.
broken.
Harlan's looking around. He's still reeling from the downside of the haste thing that Morty drugged him with.
It's called a performance enhancer.
Yes, steroids. He gave me steroids.
Yes,
Um,
magical ones that fade and have no ill effects other than 6 seconds of lethargy.
I
Sorry.
don't know, man. I was having some performance issues.
Yikes.
Um,
Ew.
Don't they make a pill for that too?
Morty, is there a magical pill?
Sure, here. I got one for you.
I put it in my pocket. Keep it for later.
He handed you like a Tic Tac, basically.
Anyway, Harlan is taking. He's just like looking back to where they bamfed in to hell, and he's looking at where they're at now. He's like, "Huh, we didn't get that far.
No,
Maybe
no,
we have a lot of people with us now too, guys. I think we should probably be more focused on protecting who's with us now, and getting to a larger fortress of safety for them. Less us, more them, because I don't know how many people I can protect.
Yes.
Because that giant devil baby almost killed one of those guys.
Where
Like
should
10 minutes
we,
ago.
where
Did
should
they?
we seek refuge? Everything's on fire.
I mean, High Hall, I think we should just as quickly and deftly get there as possible without drawing much attention. Of
Sounds-
course,
sounds
if we
good.
see some shit, we're probably going to want to save people when we can, but much to my chagrin, I do not believe we should start instigating fights when we're trying to save people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
agreed.
probably not. But also, we should take a lap because I feel like this giant circle of fire might have something good.
You know what?
Max is-
It's gonna be there. Like we're in hell. It's not going anywhere.
It's
Uh-huh,
giving
uh-huh,
mini boss battle vibes.
But also, there's no doors for Derva to open, so this is
That
probably a
means
good
you-
chance
that-
to take.
There
Harlan's
are plenty of doors
thinking.
on the way out.
Yeah, Harlan's thinking there are no doors there, so there's absolutely no reason for you to want to go there.
True! Onward!
Max just shrugs as long as she gets to fight along the way. She does not care.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll
Uh,
find
she
something
did-
on the way.
She
You
gives
guys,
Leroy a reassuring pat, knowing that there's another fight.
he nods approvingly. Always hungry is the silver
Always
death.
hungry.
But as you guys are kind of rallying these dwarves and the woman and the children you saved with Lulu, and you hear like a cracking sound, like a. Then you hear another, like a.
Derva looks up.
Where's that noise
you-
coming from?
Give me perception checks.
Hell yeah.
Harlan squints his eyes. He flexes his eyelids.
And Max looks to Derva and kind of gives one of those like eyebrow shake of the head. Don't do it.
Dorva slams the door next to her open.
The door is closed. An opportunity for another open door lies before you.
Well,
Max
fate's
Max
asking
just
me.
sighs. She's just fighting the fight to keep her friend alive, and she's
Just to make
I'll
sure
say-
this picture is clear, she shakes her head at me as my hand's already on the knob, and I just flick it open.
You
She's like
open
the
the door to
child
find
Max
what was
never
in the
had.
hallway before. Nothing. You guys, Derva, despite your distractedness with the door, you actually get a bead on the sound of this cracking noise. You guys are about here. You think it might be happening maybe a street or two over to the northwest.
Mm,
to the noise.
yeah. I mean, that's the way we're heading to
Where we're going
get to
anyway.
High Hall.
I guess that's true. We have to go across Torm's Blade anyways.
I kind of curtsy to Cap and Harlan. I say, after the shields.
How about
Of course.
the person that doesn't make a lot of noise? Just kinda be careful and try looking around a corner all sneakishly like, because I'm gonna make some fucking noise and startle people.
I can do that. And I think I finally would relay what my key does to them.
Are you
Which-
telling them everything it does, or just
what
its stealth ability?
The stealth ability.
Okay. Don't know why.
But I then look at Max for like confirmation.
Max gives a nod, says, "Go ahead,
Okay.
tell your story."
So 13 and a 13.
I don't think they know what it does. You have to tell them.
Oh, sorry. Oh, when I tell the key to walk in the shadows with me, I thought you guys did. I'm sorry. I get advantage on stealth plus my footsteps are silent. That's why I was laughing so hard running across the courtyard because my footsteps were
I
silent.
mean, I remember that from last time. I just think our PCs don't know that.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
PCs don't know that. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I relay that the advantage to stealth and my footsteps are silent.
So, Durva explains to you guys that this strange key that she has. Do you show it to them?
Yes.
That she shows you is apparently something that's enchanted, and it makes it so she can sneak around better.
What all does she tell us about the key? Just
think
that
it's
it
that.
gives her
Yeah.
just sneaking abilities?
It's just the sneaking abilities for now because, well, no, I think I would. I think I would also let you know that I can see blind sight. I have blind sight with it when I whisper another command to it. And that's all I found out so far, even though I know through conversations that it has the capability to do more. This is all I've found out so far. So I have, is it a 30-yard blind sight, correct?
Yeah, it's 30 feet, correct.
Yeah, 30 feet, sorry. I had 30 down.
But
so.
she has no other vision when she uses it, just
Mhm.
the blind sight.
So, and that's how I've also been reading this note, and I show my paper to them. And this entity has basically been guiding me to...
Do you say that?
Yes, I'm telling you this now.
Harlan is very put off.
Yeah, Cap's a little shook.
But Cap should
You
also
can
remember
see him
that
scowling.
I asked Cap to look at that paper to see if he saw anything. That's the same piece of paper.
Yeah, and I don't think my spell did say
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I can't remember if does Max know?
No, I
I
never
don't-
told Max
No.
anything.
Yeah, I don't think Max is aware either.
I don't think I was aware of it.
When he looked at it before, he just assumed it was a piece of paper, and you're just
Mhm.
like messing with him or something.
Yep.
If
And I
the
had
fact
Max look at it, and Max couldn't see anything. But it's the
The
same
fact that
piece of
you-
paper.
serious, or like you seem like convincing that you are being guided by something that's like writing to you on this paper is like disturbing, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Harlan is
After
mainly
the-
concerned that not because of what it can do and what it's telling you, just the fact that it can tell you things.
Yeah.
Because recently he had to part ways with a talking shield rather abruptly, and he's very skeptical and, quite frankly, appalled.
Well,
And immediately thinks that if I had an evil shield, that's a fucking evil key.
this key has not led me wrong. So, or did you relay that to me?
Harlan is telling you that.
Okay, then I would just...
Where did you find that key?
It just appeared in my pocket down in the sewers.
Down in the sewers where I got the evil shield.
Yes, it was after I had that
So,
dream.
in that layer
vision.
of evil,
In the layer
That
of
you-
evil.
that you picked up this talking thing.
I didn't pick it up.
That when I picked up, you did pick it up out of your pocket. You just said.
It just appeared in my pocket when Cap tried to unlock a chest.
And you kept it.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying it shows me that shield conned you.
How do you know? That's
How do
not
you know
conning
you're
you
not
right
being
now.
conned?
Because I've asked it some stuff and it's been right so far.
Oh man, my shield was super right also.
Your shield was also evil and tried to kill me.
Actually, didn't try to
It
kill
didn't
anybody.
try to
It was
kill
just
me.
a
It was
a devil.
threatening me.
You kicked it.
It deserved it. You want to kick my
Oh.
paper? Do you want to kick my... I'll let
Oh.
you kick my piece of paper if you want.
Harlan,
Lulu
if
floats in and
Harlan-
goes, "Well, calm down, everybody. What is going on here? What is all this ruckus and argument?"
Harlan goes, "You keep that piece of fucking paper away from me. If it touches my hands, you're just getting ripped in half."
Well, paper can't hurt no one unless it's a paper cut. You guys are all friends, right?
Harlan
Well,
walks down the road
Harlan
towards the noise.
was forcefully joined to us by wrong desire.
Max just wants to know if you are the keymaster, and if you are, if there's a gatekeeper.
There is no Dana.
Derva doesn't know what that
Only
is.
Zoo.
Do you want me to go sneak around the corner? Or do you want me to talk to the paper? We can talk to the paper tonight, or we can get these people to safety.
Harlan's already walking down there, guys. So if you're wanting him to do something, you better yell at him to stop.
I can just see him.
Rhea kind of does a quick trot to catch up to Harlan to follow after, and signals the people to start moving forward.
Yeah. Derva kind of gives a plead to Max look and follows.
Mortimer
Max raises
swishes
her
his
eyebrow.
expensive
She's
cloak
still-
and follows.
Flings it around himself.
All right, you guys continue down the path, and again, it's intermittent, but every once in a while you hear like these cracking noises, like air breaking, like a small explosion almost, and it gets louder and louder the further you get down this path. Go ahead and make more perception checks for me. Ooh, and Derva, you wanted to sneak ahead, correct?
If they
She
still
did.
want to, yes.
Okay, it's up to you guys if you are taking point or you're going to let Derva overtake you while you travel.
That's up to Derva, because right now Harlan is not paying attention. He's just walking forward.
I would like to if they would let me, but Derva also doesn't want to like start shit, especially with
All right.
Max.
Max wants Derva to be on the safer side, but is concerned about any side effects of the key. Does it make her evil? Anything like that?
I've never felt anything bad. I mean, it only answers, like, it doesn't like ping me to talk. I ask it a question, it answers.
Is it a boy or a girl?
I don't know. It's an it. I think it's
Like
pronouns
phasmophobia.
or it they.
It's a they. Okay. Max looks to Derva and says, "Just be safe, okay?"
I will. Did you ping right here? Is the corner we're going to?
You guys are around about here, and you still hear the noises further here, and as you get
there.
closer, they're getting louder.
Okay.
Derva kind of slinks ahead. How many feet ahead would you say you go?
From the closest person, no more than 15 feet.
Okay. Then you would discover, and Max, you would also spot this as well as Cap. There are recently dead bodies kind of strewn in the street. You see not just humans, but devils dead in the street.
Dead devils, you say?
Yep.
Someone's
Humans and dead devils.
fighting them. Okay.
Derva kind of sneaks around them. Are they like the baby devils or the spiky devils? That anything we fought yet?
You see some of the spined devils, the flying ones that you fought before.
Okay.
You see at least one of the bearded devils,
Okay.
and like an imp.
None of those
Would,
baby
um,
devils.
And then amongst the humanoids, you see like looks like commoners, like a
Oh.
dwarf here, elf there. Do you want to investigate the corpses further?
Harlan's checking to see if the
Oh.
commoners have weapons strewn about them.
Derva wouldn't.
Go
Derva
ahead.
would sneak past.
Yeah,
Harlan, give me investigation check. And what we're
Max
saying
is gonna
next.
look for any extra arrows or anything like that.
What'd you say?
Investigation, please. Investigation from Harlan and Max. I don't know if you wanted to do one as well, Cap, or no.
Cap is more curious about the like. Can he still hear the sound?
Yes,
He can,
but not as often.
are we getting closer to it?
Yes.
Can I do? Is there any insight, or I don't know? He feels like it could be magical potentially.
You're a craftsman.
Indeed.
Give me a. I would call it. We'll just call it a raw intelligence check to see
Okay.
if you know what this might be. And I'll get to the investigation checks here.
Mm.
Get to your 9 here in a moment. I'll give you advantage just because you are a craftsman. So go ahead and roll a second time. Max, you're looking around. That's funny. It was faked. You're looking
No, roll again for
around
reals.
at the bodies, looking for any sort of arrows or anything like that. Obviously, the devils aren't going to have any because they don't run around with bows.
Yeah.
So you kind of check the humanoids to see if there was like an archer amongst their ranks. And looking at the bodies, you don't see any like arrows or weaponry. These are unarmed civilians. And what you do observe upon looking at them is that a lot of them seem to have the same wound. It is a small hole, either in the neck or in the head.
Imps.
Machine gun.
Would
And-
Harlan know with
Are there any bullets?
Oh my god.
with Harlan's
Uh,
extensive background in gladiator fights and just general weaponry? Would he know what made these wounds? That's what he was wanting to do. Was look at the
Yeah, Harlan.
corpses and
You're looking
all
at the
that shit.
corpses of the devils as well, and you see the same kind of wound patterns.
Okay.
Max, you find, because you're looking for a projectile, you
Yeah.
find what appears to be like a small, like, silver pellet embedded in the ground behind one of these bodies.
Max picks it up and looks at it further. Anything? Holds it over to Cap because he's the middle guy. Asks him, "Does this look familiar to you? Anything?"
Cap takes it and examines it.
With that, Cap, I'll lower the DC on your check, and the 9 will be sufficient, as you have something that might relate it to you.
Oh.
You look at this pellet, and it's fairly rare and it's fairly new, but there are artificers in this world, and they make things that are called firearms. This appears to be like a bullet from a firearm.
Oh.
Machine gun. See?
Oh my god.
But the shots aren't so much as it was like a wide spray of fire. These are precise shots.
Could Max get her hand on one of these?
Oh yeah, you can pick one up.
Do they have? Is there one of those little machine guns there?
You didn't find any sort of weapon.
No, that's what I want. But let's pick up some of those little bullets, just in case.
Just gonna throw them at people. High
No,
velocity
save it.
throwing.
Yeah, you
Yes.
find a couple of them, and notably, Cap, they are made of silver.
Oh.
They're made
How
of
many
silver.
did I find?
Yeah,
They're
silver.
made of silver. So they're the ones that are killing these devils.
Mm-hmm.
As
Yeah.
well as the people.
Pick up all of these bullets that you can.
How many do I find in total?
You scavenge about 5 in total.
Okay.
I think
That
by this
would be
time,
really
Derva would be
different.
probably up there, ready to look around the corner, just kind of waiting for them.
Derva, as you kind of get to the corner while they're looting stuff, you can see down this street, and you see it is strewn with bodies. You see devils, you see people, and you see a person, like a human. And then next to them is a bit taller of a humanoid, kind of in black leathers, wielding a strange armament, and he points it directly in the face of this person. And you hear just shouted, "No!" in another break of the air as the person falls dead on the ground in the street.
Do we hear that gunshot?
Yeah, do we
You all
hear
do.
this?
Is it
And you hear the
Morpheus?
yell. Yes, it's Morpheus.
Knew it.
The Matrix is here.
Guys, the Matrix is
But he's
here.
also wearing like a black hat.
Guys, we got a Western Morpheus around the corner.
Okay.
No.
Is he malicious?
Yes, he just shot someone in the head.
So, do we fight him or do we
Do
go
do I think that maybe we could go back and around and flank him?
Potentially, but it seems like the direction he's currently headed is down this street in your general
Oh.
direction.
Or is there
And he's
anything to climb
killing
on top of the
civilians.
roofs?
Yeah, he's killing civilians, apparently.
Is there any way to get up on the roof?
Do you guys want a better look at the situation here you're looking at? I can take
Yeah.
you to the map.
Sure.
Let me
So
go ahead and throw you on the map here. So you see before you this kind of like burned down street with buildings burning. As I said, you can see the dead bodies of commoners and devils alike strewn about.
Oh, that's cool.
And down the center of
map.
the street, on the far end, you see this individual, who I will pop out for you.
Western Morpheus.
I like his hat. Max wants his hat.
It's Slash,
Yeah.
guys. It's Slash.
Oh
This Slash.
yeah.
And at his side, after
Welcome to
the
the
smoke
jungle.
fades from it's kind of, you identify immediately, Cap, as a firearm that he's wielding as this person's body slumps down to the ground. And you see him grab some metal or something around his neck, and he mutters something that you guys can't hear from this distance.
Do you
Mm.
think that he grabbed like an emblem around his neck and then muttered something?
Yeah, almost like, you would do with a holy symbol.
Yeah,
Right.
he's possessed.
Okay.
Who was it? We saw some people way back that had, was it the Tiamats that had the symbol that
Yeah, they
could
had
talk
holy
to?
symbols.
TMI.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much clerics, casters, or even people who just worship, they'll carry like symbols of deities that they worship or who grant them power.
Okay.
So it's not an uncommon thing in the world. And
Not
there's
uncommon.
as many different symbols as there are different deities.
So, is it a warlock thing too?
Yeah, it can be, depending on who their patron is.
Right.
I'm just kind of looking for a way to get higher or in a better spot so when he comes we can maybe get like a surprise on him. I think it's very clear that, I said he's not doing good. He's killing citizens. Or that he just killed somebody, like a human. So I'd like to get like the beat on this guy.
All right. If you
wanna
guys
give this guy the beat down.
I don't think he wants to chat.
I don't think so either.
I'm gonna give him the purity, love, and unity.
What actually? How far away are we?
He's slowly stepping down the street, and you see him stop, and he raises his arm, and he shoots in this direction, and you hear another cry of somebody who was hiding.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Jesus.
Max says we've got to kill this guy.
Yeah. Dervo wants to know if she can get up on the roof. Is there any like check that I could do to see if there's like
Make a perception check to see if there's like a good path for you to scramble up. You look at these buildings; they look very unstable. You're not sure if it's a good idea to scramble up to the top of them, or if your weight might cause them to collapse. There's a lot of damage from fire, and there's still like burning fires on some of these roofs. So it could be done, but it could potentially be very dangerous.
is there like how long would it be, do you think, until he's like down here and maybe we could take like a surprise round on him?
It's up to you if you want to sit and wait. He seems to be slowly, methodically moving down this street.
I don't want him to kill anyone else, but
What about a good old Morty fireball?
oh, can that reach? It's
All right, let me check my book.
Harlan says, Harlan mutters on under his breath because he won't touch your fucking piece of paper.
That's 150 feet. And I look at Harlan and go, do you want me to? Do you want me to ask the piece of paper what to do here? Or do you want to just kill the fucker?
Harlan's in silent.
He's got it prepared, so let me double check here. He's supposed to have it prepared. Give me 1 second.
Max can shoot that far too.
150 feet.
Yeah.
No, that's what's going on.
Harlan's definitely not an idiot though, because if what everyone's saying, what Cap's saying is, this is like a goon that can shoot things from long ways away, he's not gonna step out in the line of fire and 200 million yards away. He's gonna stay.
Yeah.
He says, hold on. If he gets a bit closer, I could probably hit him with one. It'll be my last third level. I mean, don't metagame. Sorry, my last powerful spell for the day. Yikes, almost broke that fourth wall again.
Morty, what is this wall and why do you keep breaking them?
I don't know, but I don't like it.
You're so strong.
Thank you for updating us, Morty. That helps.
If you want me to, I can throw it when he gets closer.
Stop flirting.
What? Derva's like noticeably pink from her blue skin.
He said he's using a.
I have a boyfriend, Max.
Right, his firearm is metal, right?
It's hard to tell from this distance.
Okay.
Whether or not it might have some metal bits. You don't have a good history with those types of weapons, so you're not sure.
Gotcha.
But do you guys wait for him to get closer?
Yeah.
Are you gonna have Morty fire fireball when he gets close enough?
We'll wait and hopefully there's no one else that he kills.
No fireball yet, but I guess we're waiting.
All right. You guys kind of lie in wait, and he moves down the street a little more. And this time you see he points his weapon probably within 30 feet of him. He seems to track something. And then you watch as he fires again, and an imp comes fluttering out of the sky, dead.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not sad about the imp, so.
Derva notices this, and in front of everybody would whisper to the key, only blind I see. Because there's obviously shit hanging around right now.
All right, you do so. You don't pick up on any imps in your immediate 30-foot area.
Okay. And kind of look. Didn't Morty move up with me to see?
Yeah, he did. He moved up, kind of like here-ish.
Okay. I'd be like, Morty, come on,
he goes,
before he kills someone else.
All right, he's in range. He'll look back to the rest of you. Shall I do it?
Do it.
All right,
he will
underway.
He will sling a fireball, and Everybody, let's go ahead at this stage. Let me pull it up. Select your tokens and please roll your initiatives. But Morty will get the surprise round.
Oh, I'm on the wrong thing.
Is that a 19 I see?
I'm sorry, Cap. When did you roll good?
19.
What did you spike your die today?
What a hack. Look at us. Look at us, guys. We're doing
Look at
it.
those big numbers.
Oh my god.
Harlan.
What's our damage?
Harlan's even getting better.
Yeah.
No, I think you got a nat 20 last one, didn't you?
Yeah, the
shame.
last one he
My
did.
monster appears to
brought
have
his
rolled
roll
much
when he
higher
needed
than
it.
you.
Ah, shit.
His dex must be really good.
Oh, his name is... it is Morbius Crane.
It's Marius.
Alright, I know who's dying in this encounter.
Oh, Derby's died too many
Oh, God.
times. Is it Cap? Leave Cap alone. Poor guy.
Alright. So everybody got their initiatives on. And I assume you guys told the civilians to hang back with Lulu.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
That is...
I imagine you wouldn't want them in this fight
Yeah.
because this man would probably gun them down.
That is
I mean,
always...
Harlan definitely would because that's his main concern right now.
Alright. As Mortimer unleashes a fireball into the street, creature will have to make a dexterity saving throw. It goes to 24. One more damage. 31, half to 15. And as the fireball rings out, the figure immediately sees the caster down in the south. And you hear him just yell out, "More devils in the streets! Begone!" As he pulls his weapon up. And we start at the top of initiative. It's his turn. He's going to go ahead and take... Let's see that.
Did Harlan hear what he yelled?
Yep. He yelled, "More devils in the street, be gone."
Is he like possessed?
Why is this doing this? There we go. He's going to shoot... Yeah, 3 times at Mortimer.
No!
18, a 17, and a 13 to hit Mortimer.
Hold on.
And I'll just take those damages in order as I rolled them. Morty has an AC of 13.
Trying to see.
So
hold
all
on.
3 of those are going to hit.
Oh my god.
He does not have the shield spell prepared, so he's going to take all those. So that's going to be 16, then 8. So first it'll be 16 damage. It's going to be 15. And the last one is 11. As 3 shots ring out. Morty, you see him take these 3 shots and stumble back, bleeding into the ground.
Mortimer, no!
Where's our healer lady?
And he advances 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She's one of the civilians.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she
Can I
stinks.
call for her?
He
Oh,
advances forward.
I thought she came up with us, though. Because she said last
She's
round...
a member of the civilians. If you want her to be there, I can put her on the field.
Well, we said last round, because when we were talking to her at the end, she goes, "I think I'd be better as a healer. Or be
Yeah.
around to heal." So we decided she'd be with us. And then
Alright,
the
let me grab
dwarves,
her.
the kids,
I'll
and
put her in
everything.
initiative.
Yeah.
In a second. Let me go grab her real quick. If you guys all agree that you
Morty
want
needs
her
her.
in the battle.
Yeah, sorry, I thought it was agreed on. But my vote is yes.
I thought that was what her role was last time when she
Perfect.
agreed with.
Let me get her in.
I'm neutral on this. I don't care.
She'll be right here with you guys.
But just keep her
And
back.
Mm-hmm.
Let me grab her sheet. Give me 1 second.
Nothing but a healer.
Alright, where is her?
Shoot.
Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought when you said the civilians, you meant all of them, so.
Yeah, it's just minus her because we had talked about her saying she
Well,
feels better
Mortimer just
doing
took a lot of damage, so, she's fine.
Yeah.
What was... I have so many civilian names down. What is her name? Velcra?
Her name is Velkar.
Velcra, okay.
Let me put her in the initiative order. Give me 1 second. It's up to you guys if you want Lulu here as well.
No,
Lulu can
Lulu's
stay
with
with-
the civilians.
Something gonna be. But yeah, he fires those 4 shots out quickly and just walks forward.
Walks? Oh, that's eerie.
Yeah, he's just walking. Like, he's walking and shooting. Like, step, bang, step, bang, step, bang.
That's creepy.
Alright, Max, you're up.
All right, so Max is going to use her sharpshooter on homeboy,
Alright.
and is also going to use her just level 1. No, I'm just going to use my sharpshooter. I think I can't
Technically,
reach.
there is a building in
reach.
your way, so you'll have to come out.
So she's going to move forward. Yeah, that was my plan.
Yeah.
But she's going to shoot from there. So let me roll. And yeah, seeing Morty get shot, she jumps up into place. Oh, there we go.
That'll hit. 10 damage. Or it's 28 minus 5, so 20 damage. Nice.
And then she's going to shoot again. Oh, that one's sad. Paired.
You watch as you shoot. He sees the source of the arrow, and he rolls forward 15 feet, and he fans his hammer one more time and fires a shot directly at you as a reaction.
Oh.
Mother trucker.
A 17 to hit you.
Alright, that's gonna hit because my AC is 16.
You take 17 points of damage, 9 piercing and 8 psychic, as this bullet rings through you.
Minus next on it. Alright. She's going to step. She's gonna stumble back as she takes it probably in the stomach, and clasping her stomach, she runs back towards Leora. Do. Back there.
Alright. Cap, you're up. You see multiple members of your party are being severely wounded by this gunfire.
Fun. Okay, guys. Let's he's probably a little too far for me to actually do anything to him, so let's get Morty back on his feet. Do level 3 word.
Alright, go ahead and roll it. 11 back to Morty.
And then I'm gonna move like up. Can I move up to in front of Morty and just shield up?
You can also say it provides him a little bit of cover. Do you want to do that before you heal him or after?
It doesn't matter if what's the difference between before or after?
It's just up to you.
Oh yeah, just I'll do it after. Yeah, I'll move up and then healing word, I guess.
Okay, cool. So you run in front of Mortimer. You can move your token.
There we go.
And you throw your shield up. And as you do that, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah. I don't think I can do anything else.
Alright, at the end of your turn, he's going to use 2 of his legendary actions to make a called shot, and he's going to try and shoot Mortimer behind you.
Enough.
Good lord.
What?
Leave Morty alone.
Enough.
So he's going to attempt to shoot Mortimer. He gets a -5 to this because, as you know, Max, it's a sharpshooter shot.
Yep.
He misses.
Good.
But you see this bullet like fly out of his gun, and it gains this speed, and it cracks into the wall behind you guys and leaves a bit of a crater, like as if it's propelled by some sort of force.
Jesus.
Max picks up the
Alright.
bullet.
It burns your hand.
No!
You take 1.5. No, I'm just kidding.
No!
But that's 2 of his legendary actions. All
He
right,
needs to stop that.
Durba, you're up.
Where's he at? I meant to measure this out. I presume he's gonna get closer. So, would pulling back be an action? Like
Pulling back? Like
if
moving?
I let's say I went like here and then pulled Morty back behind me to like here.
You could grapple him and force him to move
And
if you want to
would
do
it
that
be
as your
willing
action.
since he's
Yeah, he'd be
Okay.
willing.
all right?
I mean, he's like bleeding really badly. It's like it just got shot at again.
Yeah.
He's like, oh god,
So
this is how it ends, isn't it? This is
No.
how it ends.
no, Morty.
Got you, Morty.
I do that as my action, and as my bonus action, throw healing word on Max. Now Max.
Nice. Heal him up for 11.
Wait, is that on me or on Morty?
Morty.
Okay.
All right, you so go where you want, and he'll be adjacent to you, wherever you pull him.
I was kind of doing diagonal, so he'd be right here. Kind of like pull back as a diagonal.
Okay, so you're pulling him like that way.
Yep. Yep. As long as it's not
Okay,
really
cool.
fire.
No, that's just the way the map looks. Don't worry. Oh god, but why? Why did you forsake me? You
Bonfire.
cast create bonfire on me, hoisted upon my own petard.
I swear, Morty, it wasn't like that.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Did
Alright,
this guy
after-
always take damage from that fireball? I did not catch
He
that.
definitely did. Yes, he took some damage.
Question.
He made the
to
save,
you,
so he took half damage.
Game Master.
Yes.
Would Harlan's he's battle art. He knows fighting shit, and he's been partying up with Max for a while to know that she has a hard time hitting people if they're prone. Would he have enough wherewithal to say get down to people?
Oh, definitely. You would, because it's a common thing with archers and ranged attackers that it's harder for them to hit a prone target.
Harlan's like, guys, get the fuck down. To anyone.
Max gets the
whatever.
fuck down.
Can we do that as
When
a
it- when it's
reaction?
You can on your
and
turn.
Lose it?
No, on your turn, you can use movement to go prone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just like, he's just making, because he was kind of not paying attention for a while, because he's back around the corner, can't see anything, but he sees people get shot in front of him, and he's just like, guys, get the fuck down.
All right, we'll say you shout that on your turn when we get to it, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, it's Rhea's turn. She sees her friends being hit 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 25, 30. She's going to keep charging 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 right at this guy.
She's
No, Rhea!
Rhea!
Get back here!
And she's going to... Did she use it already? She did. She's going to burn her second wind as her bonus action to heal 9 hit points as she charges.
Oh.
At the end of her turn, he's going to use his last legendary action to use his fancy footwork and roll back 15 feet away from her as she charges.
Oh, pussy!
God damn it.
All right, it's
When he rolls
Mortimer's
back-
turn.
When he rolls back, does that why am I can't remember the words? Can she attack because he rolled back, or is that just
No,
because of his
she's not
action?
close enough. It'd have to
What
be
about her
in.
crossbow? Oh, she's too far away.
You only get attacks of opportunity with melee weapons.
That's what I should say. Attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Attack of
man.
opportunities are if you have a melee weapon, they're in 5 feet of you and they leave your range.
Boo.
Good looking out, though. Alright, it's Mortimer's turn, and he goes, alright, I'll get down, but I'm gonna put some bloody vengeance out real quick.
Go, Morty.
He's got, what's the range on... He's really low on spell slots. 60 feet. How far away is this guy? Damn it, he's too far away, but... Magic missile's 120. So he's gonna peer out,
Goddamn
go
Morty.
about here, and then he's gonna hit the deck and go prone. and fling out his wand that he uses to cast and shoot a first level magic missile at this guy. Yeah, there's 8 points of force damage to him. And that is Mortimer's turn. I read your mind, Harlan. Don't worry, I didn't metagame.
Morty tripped.
He's a smart guy.
You're just explaining Mortimer's thoughts. It's okay.
It's okay, Morty. You're a halfling. You're almost always prone, anyways.
That's really mean and accurate. All right, you are up, Harlan.
All right, so he's exclaiming to everybody to get the fuck down. Gun or sharpshooter, get the fuck down. This goon seems to work and function similarly to a bow. How much movement does it cost to go prone?
I'll say 5 feet.
5 feet, okay. He's gonna... I mean, he's too far away to do anything, but Harlan is gonna charge out. No. Yep. I don't know, because what he wants to do, he can't do, I don't think. Because he wants to go down there and get Rhea prone as well, but she's too far away.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she charged out before you can make the call.
Is there any partial cover if I stay close to the wall over here in front of these buildings?
I would say, if you hang out around, close to them, you could get some cover. So probably a +2 bonus AC.
Just sticking near any part of the wall, or certain points on it?
It's hard to dictate because of the way the map is, because it's all top down. But
Yeah.
there's various detritus and things like that you could kind of press yourself against the wall, and the buildings are even. So I'd say at the corner here on this building would give you cover, and then further up this corner might give you cover if he was further down range. So here-ish would give you some cover. A bit hard to adjudicate with the way the map's made.
Alright, Harlan's gonna move. I'm gonna click this thing. He's gonna. Is that right here, or is it here?
Oh, that works.
Right here?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay. He's moving out here, and he's not gonna go prone because he's sticking close to the wall and the debris and whatnot. He's like, Rhea, get down if you don't have to be standing.
She'll look back and nod to you.
And
On her
Harlan
turn, she will
ends his
do so
turn.
if she needs to. Alright, it's Velcora's turn. She is going to see Max was shot quite a bit. and she's going to cast a Cure Wounds on Max for 9 hit points.
Okay. Thank you.
He says, "Don't worry, I got you."
Max burbles out a little bit of blood. Nods her thanks.
And Cora is going to move over here and stay in cover on this side of this building. All right. It's this fine chap's turn. He sees all these people rushing out, and he sees Rhea kind of charge in the middle of the field, and sees that she's wearing the armor of a Hell Rider. And you hear him say, "No, the devils, those that betrayed us. I won't let you sully these streets!" And he starts firing at her every shot he has.
Oh.
She's still standing upright, isn't she?
She is, because she didn't get the call until...
Nope, not yet.
So 1, 2, 3. The first 2 hit. Dealing first 24 and then 15 points of damage.
I'm really glad I have spell slot still.
Yeah.
As Rhea's kind of charging through the street, she hears Harlan yell, "Get down!" And as she turns back to nod to him, bang! One in the shoulder, bang! Another in the other shoulder. And she just manages to start ducking down as the third bullet flies over her. And he sees these people approaching, and he sees this one kind of skulking. He goes, "You, I won't be made a fool if I see you." And he's going to bonus action hit you with a Hunter's Mark.
Wait, who? Oh, Harlan.
Yeah, Harlan. As you feel this kind of dark wreath begin to wrap around you, Harlan. But he stays put. Actually, you know what? Yeah, he feels good here. He's going to stay put.
Pussy.
Max.
All right, well, I'm going to see his Hunter's Mark and use my Hunter's Mark.
All right.
Do I have to click cast on that one?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, okay.
There
Oh, that was a big number there. Woo!
you go. And then you are... Ooh, what's the range on Hunter's Mark, actually? 90 feet?
Yeah, I'm also going.
He is outside the range of your Hunter's Mark right now.
Okay.
You'd have to move back into the street to put it on him.
Well, let's see if I go. Oh, crap.
And right behind Cap, you could probably get him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where I'm going.
I am
She would just be-
shield. Use me as such.
I'm going behind. the
She would be
shield.
visible. Alright, so you're gonna... I think from there... Oh, you should be able to hit him. 90
Okay.
feet.
What's
Yep,
his
he's
Hunter's
just
Mark
in
do?
range there. Whenever she hits, it does an additional d6 damage.
Oh, so it doesn't give them...
And plus he can't go invisible, and plus she'll know where he is for the duration of the spell.
So does that negate cover? Or...
It does not.
Okay,
Her sharpshooter ability is the thing that negates cover.
gotcha.
Can I use that more than once?
As long as you have concentration on it, you can move it around.
No, sorry, my sharpshooter. Can I use that more than once? Or is it one?
Yes, you can use it on every shot if you'd like.
Okay, I'm going to do that again.
All right.
And
You just have to declare it so that I know you're using it before you roll.
I am declaring sharpshooter.
Yes! Behold my sharp shot!
I
Yes.
declare bankruptcy.
I declare.
We get
There
it,
we go.
Harlan.
Yep.
You're poor.
There you
God.
go. Roll damage, and it'll be plus 10. So 18 points of damage. Nice.
The Hunter's Mark.
Does that include? Does that include the Hunter's Mark too?
Roll the d6 for Hunter's Mark.
Yes.
Oh, that
Another
was
one?
sad.
That's okay. Every
Every count.
hit point counts on this guy.
Remember that one time when we almost defeated a guy by 1 hit point?
Yes.
Remember it.
You get the sense if you had +1.
Yeah. A breeze could kill this man.
And do you guys remember that time we fought 2 bosses at once?
Wow. Harlan, too soon, bro.
Yeah, and then the
Bruh.
DM escalated.
Bruh.
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 All right,
All right.
next. You gonna shoot your
I
second
can-
shot?
I can shoot my second charge.
Shoot
Do
your
you want
shot,
to
girl.
sharpshooter it?
I want sharpshooter that, yeah.
All right. You miss definitively.
that
He's
one
going to use
missed,
his
yeah.
reaction to fire back at you.
What class is this guy? I want to roll him next.
I know.
This is a
Legendary.
custom monster your DM made. He misses.
Thank God. Oh my God. Max size. So she watches the bullet whiz past her hair.
Yeah, as you shoot the arrow, you realize the opportunity of your distraction. He seizes on it, and he fires, attempting to catch you off guard.
The bullet kind of
Loser.
sizzles right past her hair, like when it just singes it, and she
Oh.
she bagels a little bit.
She pissed. That was a good haircut.
Yeah. It was a good haircut.
Not the
Right.
bangs.
Is that your turn, Max?
She's just gonna use her movement to go back towards Trevor a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. There you go, just behind the cover there. And then I'm done.
Let's see. At the end of your turn... Yeah. Let's do this. This will be fun.
Will it?
Famous
He
last
is
words.
going- This will be a treat, Uncle Mo,
Mr.
while
Burger
you
Farm.
eat.
The DM hates us.
He is going to... What's the range on this?
Morph into a
240.
giant cat.
No!
You, and you. He's going to use his 3 legendary actions to fan the hammer. He's going to take 4 shots across the field at disadvantage on Rhea, 1 on Harlan, 1 on Cap, and 1 on Mortimer.
Oh my fucking
Not Morty.
God.
So these are all at disadvantage. Oh, he didn't do the first one on Rhea at disadvantage. Oh, that'll miss. This one, that one's gonna miss Harlan. On Cap, 14's gonna miss Cap, and then lucky Mortimer, he misses.
Nah.
A couple of nat ones in that. As he reaches back and you see him like his gun like very like Western style like pull the hammer back and fire wildly at all of you.
This bitch.
He needs to die.
All right. Ooh, and he also gets to move.
How did he get to do this out of turn?
Reaction.
Legendary
Oh, I
action.
thought
his reaction was on
so-
Max.
was to shoot at me.
Allow me to educate you.
Yes.
This
please,
is a
'cause I thought
legendary creature. Legendary creatures have a pool of resources known as legendary actions. Typically, they have 3 points worth of legendary actions they can make. Each ability they have costs any number of these. These can be used at the end of any other creature's turn. So when
okay.
I say he uses his 3 legendary actions to use Fan the Hammer, he used all 3 of his points for this round to fire
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So it's a limited resource pool he has access to as a legendary creature.
Okay.
Does it refill?
Every turn, every round.
Fun. Like every
Yep.
So every person's turn or every
His.
Like once
Every round of combat. So once it comes back to his turn, he'll get them back. So he used them all in that Fan the Hammer, so he doesn't have any more left right now.
until he gets to his. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not every person's turn. It's just his
just
every.
his.
Okay.
Correct. He has a
Holy shit.
his lowest one costs 1, so the max he could do that is 3 times in a round of combat. Through everybody's turns.
Gotcha.
But his other stuff, like his shot that he took earlier at Mortimer cost 2, and that's why he only got 1 of those, because he has 3 total points.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, that makes sense now.
Beautiful.
It's to make single creature encounter boss fights more interesting.
I was like, he's out of turn. He skipped a line.
This is bullshit, Dungeon Master! He's cheating!
He's cheating.
He's literally a Souls boss. He has a health bar. All good.
Hey, you got it, buddy! Bloodborne boss is more on the nose.
So since
Yeah,
since
absolutely.
Cap
He's
called
on
it, we win, right?
Yeah.
And he falls over.
Nope. Cap, you're up.
Fantastic. Okay.
But you saw previously when he made that shot back at Max, he rolled back 15 feet again because he sees melee fighters encroaching.
And he's a puss.
Cap starts running towards Rhea, so I'm just gonna do 30 feet towards her and then healing word her.
All right.
Words echo in your mind. Get it down.
You can go 25 and go prone if you'd like, or you could take the full 30.
I'll do 25 and go prone.
All right, let me mark you prone. My favorite thing is the thing I use for prone has like a guy with arrows in his back, because that's funny.
Is it?
All right, Ray heals
Is
for
it?
9. It is to me.
It costs extra. It's like a shield in front of my face.
No, you're already prone, so. You're good.
Alright. That healing word was towards Rhea, by the way.
Yep, I got her.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
All right. Is that it, Cap?
Yes, sir.
Derva.
Derver's gonna jump up behind Cap.
Oh no, Turva.
I'm behind Cap. I'm behind the shield. It's fine.
Just
Shit.
go prone when you're done.
The
Okay?
shield is
You did it.
prone. I'm also taking my 5 feet to go prone. So I'm still
Okay.
behind the
Alright.
shield.
Okay.
And
You have
I
to
am
ask.
going to I'll
Healing
healing
word is
word.
range 1. I should have taken your 4.
I did that wrong.
All right,
It
you're
didn't
good.
it didn't roll. Oh, I cast it. Sorry, can I roll just one more d4 for my second level?
Oh, you're doing second? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Roll 1d4.
Just to add that.
Just make sure you mark out that slot.
Yeah.
And 1 more hit point. Oh, no, sorry. I did a damage to her. Let me heal her for 2. There you go.
Oh my god.
No.
Ah, Ray's like, why, Derva?
I'm just really bad at this, guys.
She's like, I thought we were friends.
Threw Morty and fire, just threw a random healing arrow at you. And I'm done.
Rhea is going to stow her sword and pull out her crossbow and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then drop prone and fire her crossbow. So she gets to make a crossbow attack. She'll move. Hitting!
Nice.
Doing
Nice.
10 points of damage to him.
Yay.
Yeah.
Finally,
Good job.
lots of damage on
Very like sniper elite, you know, she
damaging
drops and
Yes.
yeah, he's been hurt quite a bit. But Rhea drops prone, fires the heavy crossbow. Unfortunately, she has to spend her extra attack reloading because of the reloading property on that thing. But she's loading up for another shot. All right, it's Mortimer's turn. He's going to combat crawl 5, 10, 15 this way. Oh, my mom never said there'd be days like this. He is going to... Oh man, he's only got 1 spell slot left.
Is it a good one?
Bonfire, Morty. Bonfire.
It's a cantrip, I can throw that, but he's too far away.
Keep crawling, Morty. Just keep crawling.
Alright, he dashes. 5, 10, 15 more crawl. That's his action. Harlan, you are up.
What is this thing right here next to Rhea? Is it a well or just a thing in the middle?
It's just like a pattern on the floor.
Oh.
That's
Yeah, it's not like a well or anything. Yeah.
Ugh.
You know what? Actually, it looks
It
like
looks
I'll
like
call
a-
it. It looks like a freaking water fountain. So it's a
Yeah.
water fountain. Yeah,
Is it enough to provide cover?
potentially. But at the start of your turn, I do need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. All right. You feel the mark that he put upon you start to pull you back. You have half speed.
I have what now?
Your speed is halved for this turn.
Oh no.
Never
As it's almost like the shadows are pulling you down from whatever this quote unquote hunter's mark is that is on you.
I guess I'll just dash and move 30 feet and then go prone out here. Since
Okay.
my movement
Alright.
35, so half that would be 30. Or
Yeah, you could get 30 and then drop prone. And you guys can, Cap, Derva, and all of you, and Mortimer can see, as well as Max, that the shadows are like grabbing at him and pulling at him as he's running.
Hmm.
And then you go prone.
Yeah. Prone.
All right. Lacora's turn. She looks to Max and says, "I'm sorry, I can't heal anymore. That's everything I had for the day."
Max spits up a little bit of blood, but nods.
She says, "Should I go out, daughter? Should I retreat back?"
Yes, go back to the others.
She'll give a nod, and Lacora is going to quit the battlefield and escape.
Max, you just tell her to go to hell.
I said go back to the others.
Wow, Max.
She's too sweet to
That's
send
kind of
out.
shitty to say to someone.
She was out of spell slots, unfortunately. So
I was wondering how many more she had.
yeah.
Oh,
she
inquiry,
only-
by the way. Was Harlan perceptive enough to notice that he saw Rhea's Hellrider armor and commented on it?
Yes.
Okay. And he remembers the whole blasted like demons thing, so Harlan's starting to build up a theory to himself. And he reaches into his pack, but doesn't do anything until his next turn.
All right. It is this man's turn. He sees all these people run out and hit the ground, and you see him walk forward with his weapon out, and he goes, "Simpering, mewling cowards, crawl on your bellies and die." 10, 15, 20,
Oh.
25, 30.
No!
And then he is going to see Rhea on the ground and fire at her 3 times. First shot is a 20 to hit. Second shot is a 19 to hit. Third shot is an 8 to hit. So the first 2 hit.
To hit?
Yep. Because I rolled twice for each one because it won't let me hit the disadvantage for whatever reason. So
But an
the first
8
one was
hits
20
her?
of those first 2. No, an 8
No.
misses.
Oh,
No,
I thought you said it hit. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
No, only 2 of them. Only
Okay,
2 of the 2
gotcha.
that hit.
So she takes at first 12 damage. And then the second one does 13 damage.
Ugh.
As he just is walking forward, firing at her on the ground, and she's trying to use the ground to cover herself. And as he's approaching, you see him pulling this black blade out from his boot as he's walking towards all these prone targets.
Oh my fucking god. What have we done?
Max, you're up. As a reminder, his legendaries reset now.
Awesome. All right, Max is gonna peek around the corner here. She's gonna use her sharpshooter, and because it's been working well for her so far, and I don't want to jinx it. All right.
That is 22 minus 5, which is 17. That'll hit.
And he's still got the hunter's mark too, so I gotta roll 1d6, right?
Yep. So 19 and then minus 2. All right, nice.
And then one more time, she'll use the sharpshooter again.
Okay. 19 minus 5 is 14. That's going to miss. He's going to use his reaction to shoot back.
I swear my second one just keeps missing every time. And Max is going to use her 5 feet to go prone after he shoots.
Yeah, after he
But
fires.
she's
So
gonna go
this will
back. Yeah,
be.
well, she'll go back actually. She won't go prone. She'll go behind the wall.
Oh, you're getting lucky. 14 to hit.
Ooh, good. That misses.
But
She
he
sticks her
uses
tongue out at
that
him.
to roll forward next to Rhea and uses dagger out.
Put that dagger back in there.
All right. At the end of your turn, he is going to use his. Yeah, he'll burn 2 legendary actions to do a Abyssal Blade Strike on Rhea.
What?
He gets advantage because she's prone. 25 to hit. So that'll do. I don't know why I rolled that thing there, but it will be 9 points of slashing, which knocks Ray unconscious.
No.
All right. That's 2 legendary actions spent. Cap, you're up.
Well, shoot, guys.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Yep.
He's shooting guys left and right and then stabbing them.
And then slaughtering them, indeed.
Thank.
Yeah, sorry. Let's do command grovel.
Right, you cast command. What's the save? Wisdom 15. He's going to fail and burn one of his legendary resistances to succeed.
Awesome.
But then he used up his resistant, right? So he's got none left.
That should be all of them, yeah. It's all 3.
He has, well, legendary resistance
Oh.
is a different
Oh.
pool of abilities.
What the fuck?
And he has 3 in total for a combat.
What the
When he fails a saving throw, he can choose to succeed instead.
Cap gets up, shield forward, and moves as much as he can. How much do I have to burn to get up?
Half.
That's half your movement to get out of prone.
Okay, so moving up 15.
All right, so getting out of prone and moving. You can also crawl prone 15 if you'd like, because it's half movement. If you don't want to get up.
I really don't feel like being in prone is helping Cap much.
Mhm.
Clearly, I'm not being targeted, so I'm going to get out of prone.
All right, you stand up.
We got a full health shield over here.
Right, there's no need for me to be trying to dodge his bullets at this point.
All right. At the end of your turn, he's going to use his last legendary action to roll back 15 feet.
Yeah, run, motherfucker.
Well, these melee boys are getting closer to him. You don't want that.
Yeah, I bet he doesn't.
Derva, you are up.
Alright. Derva is also going to stand up. But, hold on. Yeah. Derva's gonna stand up and run over here. and cast her last second level healing word on Rhea. Fuck me.
All right. And you're casting it on who?
Rhea, get her up.
Okay. Hey, that means she's not making death saves. That's
Yep.
good. She heals for 5 and is back to consciousness.
That's it.
As she comes to consciousness, Rhea pulls up her sword and says, "I'm gonna do this my way then." She gets up from prone and rushes him
Yes.
and takes 2 swings.
Get him, Rhea. Get him, girl.
Because she's just within 15 feet of her.
Fuck yeah.
And you see this figure his head kind of turns to her, but he's still focused downrange for a moment. And then when she gets up, he pulls his dagger out, ready. All right, come on, Rhea. Ooh, 25 to hit.
Yes.
Let's go.
And a 19 to hit. Those will both land.
Let's
Rhea
go.
does first.
Let's
It's
go.
one-handed, so 11. And then, 14!
Rhea.
Slash his fucking neck.
So it's 11. Oh, man. Yeah.
Vengeance
As
is sweet.
As Rhea gets up from bloodied after Derva heals her, she drags her sword up, two-handed, and swings as hard as she can. And or one-handed and swings as hard as she can, slashing him twice, and you see him stumble back, and he just goes, "Devil's inside of you. It's inside of all of you. You'll all pay for what you've done. You'll all die." And that's the end of Rhea's turn. And she just spits blood at him. Mortimer's turn. He goes, "Alright, well, I'm just gonna let go what I have left." He's gonna cast his last second level magic missile.
Yes.
Classic.
Kill him.
15 points.
Classic Morty.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
the missiles strike into him, and the figure stumbles back, but is still standing, breathing heavily.
If only he had one more point.
Probably got 0.5 points left.
No, he's got a little more than that. Harlan.
Oh, shh. Could have
Fuck
given
this
it to me.
guy.
Just-
Harlan's seen
Wisdom
everything.
save at the start of your turn, please.
Wisdom save. I mean, whatever.
You succeed. You are not hindered by the shadows.
That's fine. It wouldn't have mattered. Harlan blows his last second level spell slot. He misty steps. Right
Nice.
in front of the fucker.
I assume
He's
after
also
you stand
getting.
up.
He's also standing up. He's using
Okay.
his move to stand up. But
Misty crawl.
he's
Misty crouch.
misty fetal position.
Do a flip.
He's just like, you should not be attacking her. And he attacks twice.
Send it.
Very
It's
nice.
both of them hit.
Yes.
What a righteous flex.
16 or 14 damage.
Harlan, how do you dispatch
Yes.
this madman?
Yes.
Can Harlan choose to not kill him? Just knock him unconscious?
If you'd like to subdue him, you may.
That's what Harlan wants to do. Because he's curious about something.
Rip his arms off.
Take
All right.
his
Cap?
amulet or his.
I take his gun for sure. That's going in my bag.
All right. So, give me 1 second here. Go ahead. As the combat ends.
I also take his abyssal blade. I'm looting his unconscious body.
I'm looting him.
Put it in the bag.
Alright, so you knock him unconscious, so he's not dead. So I'm gonna mark him with this as unconscious.
And whilst he's unconscious, I'm taking my rope out of my adventurer's pack and tying him up.
Make a survival
Actually,
check.
I'm putting shackles on him too because I still have those.
Okay, I won't make you make a survival check for shackles.
Deal time,
Because
bitch.
those are straight up. Just go on. Let me go ahead.
Harlan is
We
definitely Since he put manacles on this guy, he's also tying him up with rope. But just FYI.
Okay. Throw a survival check down for me to see how good you tie a dude up.
16.
Hmm,
He
right.
flexes. Harlan flexes.
So, as you guys kind of take stock of the field here and get together, Harlan is tying this man up, pulls
Puts his
away
gun.
from him his
He
gun.
puts his gun in his bag.
Max investigates from far away.
You look, you investigate as
here we
Harlan
go.
throws it in the bag.
There we go.
You grab the Harlan. Do you look at the thing at all before you throw it in the bag, or just toss it in?
I'm just tossing it in the bag, get it away from him now.
Okay.
Well, we'll look at
blade
stuff
in there
later
too?
after we. Well, I'm looking at the blade because it looks cool. I know what a sword is.
The blade. You take a look at the blade. It is this finely well crafted steel blade. Looking at it, it doesn't appear to have any like arcane sigils or anything. It's serrated. It looks kind of like a combat knife that one would put in their boot.
This thing looks cool. Shit. Puts it in the bag.
I'll say go ahead and roll an investigation to see if you find anything suspect or anything hidden on him.
Ooh.
Oh,
Does anyone want to assist Harlan? Max, you don't have to stand back, but you can walk up if you wanted.
I know. I just haven't moved that far away. There we go. Oh, that
Leroy looks at you, disappointed that you didn't send him out.
Christ.
You didn't get a chance to taste this man's blood.
Maybe we'll get a chance. He can finish him off.
Cat beckons at Leroy.
It stares at you. He stares at you, unmoved by your beckoning.
Give me a hand, my guy.
It quirks a snake eyebrow at you as it has no hands. But
he offers a
over.
tail. He offers a tail.
Cat attempts to communicate in deep speech.
To Leroy?
Yeah.
He doesn't respond.
Damn it.
But looking over the body with those investigations, you guys find on him, first of all, it's basically leather armor that he's wearing. And obviously this man was quite dexterous. But he's wearing this leather armor, and you kind of pull the hat back a bit, and you realize that this man is got bandages wrapped around his eyes.
So he couldn't even see?
So he couldn't even see. And do you guys want to peel back the bandages?
Yes.
You peel back the bandages and you see that his eyes are missing, and there are wounds around the eye sockets. You can make a medicine
Are they
check.
festering?
No, not immediately. They don't appear to be festering, but 16. With the 16 medicine max, this was done with a blade, and it was self-inflicted. This man gouged out his own eyes.
Max relays this to the group.
Does he have any religious affiliation? Like, can I roll religion?
You spy. This is the next thing I was going to hit real quick. Around his neck is a silver chain with what appears to be a disformed piece of silver metal on the end of it. It looks vaguely like almost like a mask in shape. And you can make a religion check if you'd like. But it's like it's melted into this form. Like it wasn't originally in this form.
Yeah.
You don't recognize this symbol at all. You have no idea what it means.
Damn. Can I take
Yeah, I'm not gonna either.
Yeah, Max, you have no idea.
It's clueless.
Derva, as you're sitting there, you hear a little sound of like a rolling bell.
Oh no, not the bell
and it
again.
taps into your foot.
Derva leans down and grabs
bell on the
it.
ground.
I want to know if anybody saw it, so I kind of want to like look around. as I grab it.
Based on what they were looking at before and their roles, no one notices.
Can I tell where it came from? Like which direction it rolled at me from?
Roughly from this man's body. It's this little bell, and it's like, it looks like it's singed and like half melted.
I pull out my piece of paper and just say help.
The paper scribes to you in your vision the words, "A new friend for you, like you wanted."
Derva shakes the bell.
Mhm.
And I have
As
my
you shake the
sight
little bell-
on. I can't see anything.
As you shake the bell, what appears next to you is this.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck is that?
I have to put it on the right
What?
one.
Do we notice?
What is this?
Derva is squealing, so I would hope so.
Oh my god, he's got a cat.
Uh,
Oh my fucking god.
this is-
This little flaming,
Oh
smoky,
my god.
shadowy cat with burning yellow eyes appears and looks up at you.
Hi.
And around this time, you guys, as Derva says hi, you turn and notice this thing.
Max goes, kitty!
Harlan uses Divine Sense.
I
Use
kneel
divine
down.
sense.
Yeah.
I'm really skeptical of this guy trying to escape. Can we try to like restrain him further?
I mean, I put handcuffs and tied him up with rope, so
He is the most dexterous person I've ever seen. Can we
I put another set of manacles on him.
on his legs, like everywhere?
Yeah, he's just double. He just double. I have 6. I have 5 more
Okay.
sets of manacles, so
Yeah, you guys have got him tied up. You got him manacled. But as Harlan casts divine sense, you ping a fiendish entity.
we're at that cat I'm looking at.
Yep.
Harlan readies his weapon.
Derva notices and like picks it up and puts her back towards Harlan.
It purrs in your
Fiend.
hands.
Cap rushes over to see the cat.
I kind of want to like look at the cat and like just for a second to see if like I don't know, just I want to know if like I can understand it at all first off.
You look at this, and as Cap kind of comes up and looks at it as well, it's this, like I said, it's this little cat made of flame and shadow that flicker off of each other, and, like bend around almost like it's like a burning pyre. But it doesn't hurt you. It's giving off no heat.
And it's
just how
purring,
it
you said, right?
appears.
When
It's
I picked it up.
And when you try and like gauge if it can speak, it just kind of quizzically looks at you.
I asked the cat to see if it kind of understands me at all. Can I name you? Do you have a name?
You see, as you investigate it closer, it has a little collar with a blank name tag on it.
Can I name you Burrito?
Burrito?
Burrito. Like a burrito?
Burrito?
Like it's a
Like a
burrito,
burrito?
but it's a burrito?
Oh my god.
Burrito. Can you spell that out for me?
Purrito.
Yeah, you watch as you say that, and in the common tongue, it scribes with like this, and Cap, because you're close enough, you see it, like this fiery lettering starts to inscribe on it in common the name Burrito.
Cap is is intrigued by the inscribing method.
Make an Arcana check. It's something magical for sure. You're not exactly sure exactly what kind of magic this is, but giving this thing a name seems to have granted Derva some sort of power over it.
Interesting.
Derva keeping the cat. I would say a cat. Is it like a cat of a normal size, of kitten size? Like,
It's a cat of a normal size,
Okay.
maybe a little bit like between a kitten and a full-grown cat. I'll say, like a juvenile cat.
with Derva being a half orc, she would hold it with one arm, kind of still behind her, turn towards Harlan, and I said, "You will not harm this being. Do you understand me?"
And Harlan says back, I will protect this group by whatever means necessary. Do you know what I mean?
I
Cat,
will too.
Cat joins
Cat-
Durga in defense of the cat.
The cat cocks its head at Harlan and goes, "Meow."
Derva sets the
But
cat
you should
down,
have
not taking
control
her eyes
over
off of
Burrito's
Harlan.
token now, Durva.
Okay.
And you can go ahead, if you have Homebrew on, you should be able to add the item to your inventory. It's called Smoldering Bell.
Okay.
And essentially what this does, just above board talk for everybody now, it gives her access to this little cat as if it were the Find Familiar spell.
Okay, so it is like a familiar.
Burrito.
Okay, yeah, Derva stands back up and just whispers down to the sheet of paper, "Thank you."
The sheet reconfigures just into a smile. Meanwhile, at the unconscious man, he slowly regains consciousness. Rhea's got her blade like at his neck, just in case.
Oh yeah, can Rhea drink a potion or something?
She doesn't have any, so if somebody has one to
Max-
give to her,
Max
If
is
Cat
doing
has one, can he throw one to her?
whoever would like to, she will go ahead and roll 2d4 plus 2 to heal Rhea.
Did you say 2d4?
Plus 2. Okay, 6 hit points, Vector, and mark that healing potion off.
Yep, will do.
You give it to her, she gives you a nod, and she just keeps eyes at this man who almost killed her, but is focused on keeping him down. She says, "Thank you, Max." But the man stirs and awakens back to consciousness at 1 hit point.
Harlan's got his fist around his collar while he's laying on the ground. And he turns his attention back to the dude because he feels him rustling around and he lifts him up a little bit. Speak, friend.
He immediately struggles against his bonds, but as they are manacles, he cannot break out of them. Actually, no, let's have him make a strength check, just for funsies.
No.
No, not for funsies. He'll crit.
He only gets a +2 to this, so I'm just going to go here. A 7. He is unable to break free. And he goes,
I mean, technically, the item says that if they have a dex save of whatever, they can break out of them.
What's the wording on the
Let
manacles?
me click them. Requires a successful DC 20 dexterity check. Breaking them requires a successful. Oh wait. Escaping the manacles requires DC 20 dexterity. Breaking them requires a successful DC 20 strength.
He'd probably do the dex check then, so I'll roll that instead. 18's not enough. He tries to slip out of the bonds, but is unable to.
I hope he hurt himself.
And then you hear him breathe heavily, and he goes, "No, don't take me."
Harlan goes, "Calm, friend. I will not take you."
"You're the one, the devil in the street. I saw you hiding. I can still feel the mark on you. You cannot deceive me."
Harlan pulls out the symbol of Torm.
He doesn't react to it.
Change the thing because he's blind, but just wanted to make sure he felt it or anything. Am I able to do an Arcana check to see if he's affected by anything else? And be like, "Hey, Morty,
Feel free.
come over here.
Yeah.
Guy,
Morty
he's
kinda
acting a bit
walks
weird.
Right. Oh.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm bad at these. Morty, can you double check, make sure he's not like charmed or some shit?
Sure. Mortimer looks at him for any signs of magic on him and says, I don't think he is. No, no, no. Not like this, no. They won't take me. They'll never take me. No, no. He starts muttering, and he's trying to pull his arms forward.
This guy's just batshit insane.
Mm-hmm.
Them's the breaks.
And he bites down on his tongue and cuts through, and blood begins to pour from his mouth.
I do
What
nothing.
pours from his mouth?
I do nothing to try and save
Blood.
him.
He extinguishes himself.
Cap is actually somewhat relieved to see him pass.
Yeah. Derva pictures
Harlan
herself
just,
high-fiving Cap, but doesn't do it.
Harlan just takes him to one of the active flames around here and lays his body in it.
Cap clasps Derva on the shoulder and says, "It was meant to be."
I agree.
And
Yeah,
at the same time, Harlan's he puts this guy in the fire. He's also taking the time to walk around to any of the commoners he sees and respecting their bodies as well by putting them on the pyre.
It'll take some time to do. There's quite a few.
Will it count as a short rest for everybody else? What
for
Harlan does
everybody
this?
else?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you continue to do it while everyone takes
Harlan
a short
is
rest,
going to
you
do
may.
this by himself, so everyone else can get a short rest.
How long is a short rest?
It's about an hour.
An hour, okay.
As far as I know, we're not on a timetable down here.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
Mortimer says to you, Harlan, I know you picked up his gun and his blade. If you want, while we're taking this short rest, I could spend a little bit of time to identify them to see if there's anything about them.
Yeah, Harlan hands Morty the stuff. He's like, let me know what you see. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep them as trophies.
Yep. He will spend some of the short rest time to identify ritually, because he doesn't need a spell slot for that.
Short rest does what for us again?
You can roll hit dice to get them back. Some abilities come back on a short rest, but for spellcasters, mainline spellcasters, usually not much.
Can a spellcaster roll? Well, I guess I don't have any hit points missing, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Mainly just for Rhea to get her hit dice spin.
Rhea also gets my song. Everybody, anyone who needs it, gets my Song of Rest, which is they regain an extra 1d6 hit points on short rest.
Yeah, Rhea's gonna burn 4 of her hit die on a short rest. It'll be 4d8 plus 10.
So if she needs it, she can still have that 1d6.
Plus 10 plus 1d6.
And Morty, I guess. Morty and her are the only one who are
So
down.
he gets 35 back. Oh, that's good. And then Mortimer is going to also take a short rest. He's going to use his Arcane Recovery in a short rest to grab 2 level 1 spell slots back as well.
Nice.
And he's gonna burn 3 hit die. So ooh, nice. He heals for full. Alright, that is Mortimer.
Short rests
And then,
are really nice. I get my Bardic's back.
Yep, you get your Bardic's back. Alright. Mortimer spends the time to identify the dagger. The dagger is not special, it is not magical.
Trophy.
And he'll also identify, so you can just add dagger to your inventory. He also identifies the firearm. This is the Abyssal Pistol. With this weapon, you have a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this, and their attacks count as magical. Each time you hit with this weapon, your target also takes 1d6 psychic damage. While tuned to this weapon, you are considered proficient with firearms. This weapon does not require ammunition as is magically generated each time you fire it.
This is dope as shit.
On
Max
the
would like
side of the barrel of the firearm, in common, is crudely etched the words, "Free them."
Is it crazy? Is it a crazy firearm?
What's that?
Is it a crazy firearm? Like, is that the cause of his crazy? Or does it look like he inscribed it?
It looks like he inscribed it because it's crudely
Okay.
etched into the
Okay.
weapon.
Okay.
But yeah, Max, if you would like to have this, let me double check your character sheet. But this is part of the DM rewarding you for a job well done, and part of the DM saying, "Fuck counting your ammunition."
Max
Pat,
looks
Pat.
at Harlan and is like, "I please have that."
It's a really cool trophy.
Come on.
As far as I can tell, all that it does is does some psychic damage and lets you shoot people.
Cap lets her know that I can potentially also melt down those silver bullets and coat whatever weapon that she would like.
The weapon also requires attunement.
Okay.
So let me put that on you. You want to attune to it, I assume?
Yes.
All right. So now you should have in your inventory.
Does he have a belt to put his weapon in?
Yeah, there's a holster.
Holster.
That you could pull off of him.
You better get it out of the fire.
Max jumps into the grabs it from him before it catches on fire.
Make a dexterity check.
Oh, where is it?
Max,
Is it a saving throw? There we go.
All right, you pull it out of the fire without burning yourself.
Phew. Max loops around her waist.
But yeah, that is what Max gets. Is there anything else you guys are doing here?
Is there anything like of interest around us at all? Like any of the other bodies have anything cool on them?
Go ahead and do an investigation check.
I mean, Harlan's put them all in the fire, so.
Cap, you don't find anything else of interest.
No kidding.
Pew pew, bang bang.
Perfect. It works.
Pew pew bang bang. Gotta make sure this thing works.
You don't say
take it to the range.
Bang bang. It doesn't work.
And as you do a test fire on it, Max, you pull the hammer back, and you just hear like a almost like a sigh
so
of
quiet.
shadows as it
Okay.
pulls back, and then fires, and then the bang.
Bang bang.
And also the lettering of "Save Them" lights up when you fire the gun as well.
Can Cap investigate, like look at the gun to investigate the assembly and the manufacturing of it to understand it better?
Sure. Dervo, what were you investigating?
Max hands it to Kat for investigation.
Forward. So up front, like where it kind of tees off. Let's zoom out.
Let me.
I just can't roll good. It's not allowed to happen.
You
You're not
roll
sure,
good
Kat.
when you need to.
But I'll move you guys back to this map here. Let me and do formation with Burrito.
Yeah, so while everyone's
Um,
doing that and looking at the gun, and Harlan notices it doesn't take ammunition, he's just like, huh, wonder where those silver balls came from.
Yeah.
In the place that she test fired, there's still a physical object.
Huh, unlimited money.
Unlimited silver.
Yep.
Yeah, silver's money. So yeah.
They appear as silver, yes.
Indeed.
So that
This will
little
break enemies.
that X that you have, are you kind of like checking off where we've been, where we're going, where we fought, or something?
No, that X is where you started, but I can move it like that if you'd like.
Okay. I just wasn't sure, like, if it was
Do,
marking where we were.
Boop. There you go.
All right. So yeah, where this little T is, I'd like to just like kind of listen and look around, see if anything else is happening, because I feel like we made a lot of commotion.
That would be a perception, not
Oh.
investigation.
Okay. Sorry.
Mhm.
Still a +3. Damn.
Seems quiet. Especially because of this individual and the amount of devils he's killed.
Yeah.
You might think that this might be a zone that a lot of the devils kind of have vacated from, probably. But also, he did kill a lot of people. On top of that, so it's kind of a no man's land at the moment. But it won't take long for devils to realize that it's been cleared.
Unless
guess-
Max keeps firing the gun.
Bang bang.
Bang bang.
But
Max
also, it
puts the
could be
gun
that
in the
most of the
holster.
devils near there that guy was there are dead. So
I still have stealth, so as Max is going bang bang, I'd like to kind of sneak up to the corners and look around the
Sure, we'll still
corners.
check. You have advantage with your key. You sneak up and you look around, and streets look clear.
All right, I just relay that back.
Shall we
For
move
this-
on?
For the sake of
Yes.
seamless movement, let's just say every time Derva checks and something's clear, we move in.
Mm-hmm.
Harlan, am I
You
doing
guys make your
the
way
moves?
to Torm's Blade carefully and quietly.
I would say yeah.
Take a left.
Yeah.
So then I
Then
would
I
also...
would like all of you guys to make a stealth check as a group
Okay.
What check?
as well. A stealth check, and Mortimer and Rhea will also have to roll.
Do you want me to do it again with advantage?
Yes,
Or...
this is a new one as you guys are traveling as a pack at this stage. Oh, poor Mortimer.
Aw.
With disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, so yours was a 6. Ooh, Rhea. Rhea also has disadvantage. Also. Come on, Rhea. Roll. That's a 4.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Your group is quite loud. With,
Max and I did
uh,
great.
We did good. We were sneaky.
even, well, you rolled it.
I took
18.
18.
Okay. 18.
Harlan has never professed himself to be sneaky, so.
You guys are moving through the streets. Unfortunately, there is heavy armor, and Rhea's, she's been hurt quite a bit, so she's really struggling to keep moving. Despite being healed, she's getting kind of exhausted. So she kind of like kicks into something and knocks over. She goes, "Shit, sorry." And Harlan, you're just kind of like on the mission, marching forward, and not paying too much attention to your path. And Cap, your armor is just clanky as shit, dude. Like, you know it. You bought it. You're like, damn, I should have had them cinch this up a little better at the smithy.
He can do that.
Literally,
So-
click clank.
As you guys are going down the street, as you get to, because were you heading down this T intersection here?
Yeah.
I think we're taking a left there towards the words.
As you kind of get towards the ledge, you see another building, and outside of it, you see. Hold on, let me bring up a picture of this real quick. So, it's kind of like to where you see like it goes off the ledge into where the river would have been. There's a winged creature. Display that for you guys. That looks like that. Just kind of, it's sitting on the ledge, looking down into where the river would have been, and it's got its claws, and it's kind of like almost like stroking its chin thoughtfully, speaking to itself.
By the hand rod.
And it turns and notices your party, but doesn't do anything to attack you. It just turns back to the chasm below, as it's speaking in a language. Does anyone here speak Abyssal?
Cap calls out Abyssal.
I do not. No.
Yeah, you recognize Cap. It's speaking in Abyssal, and you see it going, "What it is to live, what it is to be, what a strange happenstance I find myself here." And you call out in Abyssal, "Hello," and it turns to you, "Oh, hello, traveler."
Come back, friend.
He just kind of lands and looks back to you and kind of like postures itself up. And at its height is probably like maybe 7 or 8 feet tall with a large wingspan. And it says to you in Abyssal, "Oh, more survivors from this bloody conflict. How fare you and your friends?"
Does Harlan sense hostility?
No.
No.
This creature appears to be mid-conversation with Cap at this stage.
Harlan just keeps walking.
You walk
Cap,
past it.
ask it for information on the devil's whereabouts.
Ah, the devils, trifling things they are. And make a religion check, and I'll give you an advantage. All you pick up on is that he mentions the devils as if they're others and not what he is. And he goes, "Yes, yes, they've been wandering the city, patrolling, killing all sorts of people. But the worst of it isn't here, my friend. The worst of it is below us."
What?
Cap asked if he could assist us in any way in our kind of battle against these devils.
Make a persuasion check. I'll say. A curled, unnerving grin. And again, the rest of you don't understand this conversation unless you speak Abyssal.
Nope.
Comes
We're just
across its face as he speaks to Cap and goes, "My friend, unfortunately, I came here merely to ponder life and the meaning of it. Below us wages the blood war. And I'd much rather fly away from this place and find greener pastures than throw my life away against the devil hordes."
Cap encourages him to do just that, and leaves him.
And you can also make a history check on the blood war if you'd like when he mentions it to you. Okay. But he starts to fly off per your suggestion. He says, "Fare thee well. Be wary of the devils on the bridge," as he flies away.
I wish him well.
But the blood war, you know this to be you don't know the details of it or how it started or necessarily what was the impetus for it, but it is an extremely massive conflict between devils and demons. Demons came from the abyss into the nine hells, pouring through the river Styx. No one knows how or exactly where they came from, other than the river Styx itself connects to other planes. But the demons came from it in force, and the devils have been in an endless conflict with the demons from the abyss.
Cap communicates this to the rest of the group and suggests that since there is two sides, there can be, the enemy of my enemy type of situation where we can leverage one side against the other. Whoever it is, doesn't matter.
Huh.
But yeah, you guys watch as this large winged demon, specifically, flies away from here.
I'll ask Cap if he's okay, because I couldn't understand anything.
What's that?
I just, as it flies away, because we couldn't really understand your conversation, minus what you just said, to us, if you were okay.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. So Cap explains that he was like, I'm sorry. I haven't really formed a full backstory why he knows abyssal and infernal and deep speech, but let's just say he's had contact with all three of those types of monsters in the past, and that he understands, like, he can communicate with all of these demons and devils.
Okay.
Lulu chimes in at this point and goes, "Well, darling, that's terrible. You shouldn't be talking to those sorts. They're all evil. You know, those demons are the reasons Ariel came down here in the first place."
Yeah,
Oh.
didn't have too much choice in being exposed to what he was exposed to.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's really sad.
Cap, are you part bard over there?
I'd love, you know, I'm not good with instruments, but I'd love to hear a tune someday.
Um,
Uh,
and you relayed that there's devils up on the bridge that we're trying to cross?
Yeah, everything that the demon
Okay.
told me, I tell you guys. I gotta tell you guys literally up front about everything.
Okay. And we're like super close to the bridge. Can we see? Because it looks like it's pretty open. Or are
I bet
there
you could
houses?
up there as Durba, you could stealth your way up there and see what's up.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
are,
so are
as you
there
can
houses?
see here, there are
Okay.
houses that line the street up to the bridge.
I would.
So you'd have to get much closer to get eyes on it.
Okay.
I mean, Harlan kept walking, so I don't know where he is by now.
God,
He's on his own trip.
Geez, Harlan, were you walking with purpose towards the bridge?
Towards the bridge. I
Okay.
ignored that shit. He wasn't hostile.
You okay?
So smart.
Harlan,
Your group stops.
roll me a
Max is twirling her
D20
gun.
because this will
A
be a
what?
matter of luck. A D20. Any 10 or below, it's bad luck. 11 or higher, it's good luck. Okay. Derva, you managed to catch up to Harlan before he gets to a point where you can spy the bridge.
Alright, I just let him know. Hey, that bridge is heavily armed.
So am I.
Yeah, let's not be big guy right now. We've got injured people and no spells.
Volcra looks to you and says, "You know, that bridge is Torm's Blade. Both of the bridges in the city are enchanted. If you can speak an appropriate prayer to Torm, they will light up and try to banish any evil upon them. But you have to get close enough to the bridge to touch it, to speak the incantation.
What is the incantation?
I'm an acolyte of Mordin, so I'm not sure."
I look at Rhea.
Rhea looks to you and shakes her head. "I'm sorry, I'm not a particularly religious person."
Would Derva, the random religious person, religion knowledge know?
You could certainly try if you'd like to roll a religion check. Let me double check this. Give me 1 second.
Can Harlan assist as he pulls out his symbol of Torm?
Oh shit!
You haven't professed a faith in Torm. You merely found the
I just
symbol
have
of
it.
him, correct?
But
Then I would say
I would imagine I know
no.
of it.
Can I?
I mean, what's your do you have proficiency in religion?
No, I have a negative one.
Then no. I would say definitely you would not know enough to be able to assist in that kind of check.
Can I ask my paper if that's not enough?
Can Cap assist in any way?
You could Cap as a holy man. You could give her advantage, or you could roll your own religion check.
I give her advantage.
Okay, go ahead and roll again, Durva. That's exactly what you need.
Awesome.
Because you kind of spy towards your paper instinctually. It's not that you know,
Mm-hmm.
but Sanarath knows. And he inscribes on the paper for you a prayer. And it essentially is, by Torm's light and his mighty will, begone forces of evil, protect forces of good, and let our passage be safe.
Okay. Even though I know Harlan's probably glaring at me looking at my paper right now. I'm
Well,
gonna
he's
let
not
them.
paying attention to you at all.
Perfect. I'm going to sneak up there.
Okay. For the purposes of this, let me grab you guys and I'll give you a better view of what you see here. Taking the map. Let me set you guys up. And you'll be roughly over here. I'll put you. Let me grab here.
Aha.
So you see, as you kind of spy around, all of a sudden you guys are kind of hidden back here. Perito is hanging out here. Ding ding. Harlan's up here.
Dang cat.
Cap would be up here. Leroy would be back. And Rhea would be kind of around here. And Derva, you're moving closer, so you'd probably be up here with Kitty Cat behind you.
Yep.
And you see the bridge here, and kind of see along the bridge is arcane writing. But you also see two of these bearded devils, which you've seen before,
Yep.
and 4 of these spine devils, which you've seen before. Kind of, they're stationed in a way where they're keeping a lookout.
And there's nothing I can see that's hanging around this house with my vision.
No,
Okay.
there's nothing invisible within your 30 feet.
Alright, I just relay what I'm about to do to everyone and try and stealth up there, I guess.
Alright, give me 1 second. I gotta pull some sheets here.
I don't like that. I changed my mind.
And roll.
Well, I
Is
just
this a
need
door?
their stats for... I open it!
Door, bridge,
It's different if it's a door.
an open area.
I just need to get their stat sheets so I know what their perception and stuff is for your roll. Alright, go ahead and roll me your stealth. You have advantage.
Oof. Fuck. It worked last time.
13.
Oh my god, you crit failed?
She had advantage, so she didn't crit fail, but she rolled a 13. Durva, you get to about here, and then this figure sees you and shouts in Infernal, "Enemies approach!" And we have to roll initiative. Give me 1 second.
No, they don't. Persuasion.
Loktar! Loktar Ogar for the Horde! As they,
Oh my god.
What about if I roll performance and say I'm a little dancer?
No. You are not a devil, and they saw you trying to sneak up on them. The cat's out of the bag, so to speak, as your cat bamps up into shadow on the roof and like kind of licks its paw and watches you up from the roof.
Are we all this building? Are we behind something or?
Yeah, you guys were hidden behind this building.
Okay, so
here.
only Durva. Oh, Durva.
Yeah, only Durva was spotted. In typical Durva fashion.
To be fair, I thought that there was going to be a house that perfectly aligned, like right here, and I could just lean my hand around the bridge and touch it.
But I showed you the battlefield before you did anything, and you chose to do it anyway.
Because it was a plan in motion.
No, I gave you options to bail out. Don't pin this on me for being cryptic. I gave you explicit visual information.
I pin it on Durva. This is what Durva would have done. The plan was in motion. Why are your guys rolling so high?
Because they're going to kill you. All right. It's their turn.
No, they're not.
No, they're going to die here.
Hold on. Mine isn't on there. but I did click my totem. It
Your
says I'm at
totem?
0.
Wow.
My totem.
Are you
Sorry.
a shaman in this game too?
15.
Why does it say 0? It
Why
was
are you
on there
I
as
got
a
you.
15.
I just added you manually, so it said 0. You're in there now because you
Oh,
didn't click your token, you liar.
I did. I have visual
Anyway,
proof.
this guy goes first and goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and is going to throw fire at your ass.
Okay, well, my ass likes fire, so immune.
Joke's on you. I nat 20'd you.
Oh,
So that'll be
Can I
21
if I cutting
plus-
words a crit, is it still a crit?
No.
Can I
No.
cutting words?
No, I'm saying you can't cutting words
Oh,
a crit.
okay.
A crit's a crit's a crit's a crit. Unless
That's
you have
okay.
like silvery barbs.
Nope. That's what I want.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll get it. Maybe one day you can grab that. But you're going to take oh shit, that's a lot of damage.
Don't say things like that.
Oh my god. That's 39 points of fire damage.
Oh, Derva's down.
Oh my god.
Sturfa's immediately knocked unconscious by this guy's flame.
Don't
Oh
worry,
shit.
guys. Derva's in this hole.
This spine devil sees the one target it can see knocked unconscious and just kind of sighs and shrugs and sits back down on the bridge because they can't see anyone else yet. Derva, make a death saving throw, please.
I'm fucking dying. This is
One away
hilarious.
from a crit.
Oof,
Oh
that's
my
one
God.
fail. This one kind of moves up a little bit on the bridge and goes in infernal. Hey, boss, another sad sack. It goes back. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll get the body. Stay put. Max, you're up.
Can Max, if she goes forward a little bit, can she see them? Like the sides of the wall are not the bridge are not up too high or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus,
You
you
would-
have sharpshooter, so you ignore cover anyway. So it doesn't
That's
matter
true,
as long as
that's
you can
true,
see
yeah.
them. Yeah. And these guys are kind of like walking on the edge of the bridge, like because they're winged.
Okay.
They're just kind of like scaling upon it.
Do it.
So she is going to go right in front of Rhea with her sharpshooter, and since it's too far away, she can't use her new gun. I don't think. No bang bang.
You're a sharpshooter,
Yeah.
right? You can use its
Yeah.
maximum distance. It's 120 feet.
Oh, there we go. Bang
Yeah.
bang.
I
Okay.
gave this gun to you because you're a sharpshooter.
As a replacement.
All right, here we go.
Ooh, Derva, go ahead and roll another 20 for me as well while this goes on.
Why?
Just cuz. Okay, you actually succeed. Perito would have been there to help you.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, Perito.
Go Perito.
Cap is
Was that a sharpshooter shot?
Perito.
That was a sharpshooter shot. Yeah.
On which one?
Hmm?
On which target? This guy?
No, Blue, the one who went
The
at.
other blue? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll
he goes
be-
after her girl.
28 points of damage. But Max, yeah, your shot rings out as the bullet leaves the chamber. It's like a trail of shadow follows it as it strikes through the devil.
Is he dead, or is he
He's
still
still
alive?
standing.
All right.
He's like,
she's
oh
gonna shoot
shit! In infernal.
him. Oh shit!
All right, is that another sharpshooter?
Yep.
Go ahead and as he turns to give an order, that bullet tears through his head and kills him.
Nobody goes after Derva.
Avenge me.
And Max goes back. Boop, right behind Rhea.
Bye.
All right, Cap, you're up.
Alrighty. Do they? So they realize that there's more than just Derva out there.
Oh yeah, at this stage they're on high alert because
Okay.
someone came out and just shot one of their commanders in the head and killed him.
Where is Derva's health right now? Is she still critical?
She's
Yeah,
at 0.
I'm dead with one save.
She's unconscious.
I literally have 3 spells. This is meta. I can't say this. So, Cap is very concerned about the amount of healing spells he has left. So he's going to use one more and understand that this is communicating a warning of very few healing spells left.
Derva's
Yeah, you can
dead.
be like
Derva
in
can't
game,
hear
like
it.
I'm running out of resources. You can say something like that.
You Cap yells, "We need to build additional pylons."
Yes.
That one.
Additional part. All right, so 8 healing to you, Derva.
That was a level 1 healing,
That's awesome.
healing word.
Yeah, good roll. That's max 4 + 4.
Literally.
It's when you cast the higher level ones that they come out as 11. You're like,
So
why did I just use a
stupid.
fucking level 1?
It was 11.
Yeah. They're D4s. What can I say? Anything else, Cap?
Yeah, Cap charges out as far as he can go.
Okay. All right. Mortimer's turn. And he goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to here. He's going to... I'll really need to invest in non-fire-based spells. But he's going to reach out and cast Protection from Good and Evil on Derva.
No.
He's going to get up next to her and cast that.
What does that do?
Fae, Fiends, Celestials have disadvantage on attack rolls made against you.
Okay. Cool.
So I'll put that little thing on you, and he's concentrating on that. And he'll step back the last 5 feet. Just kidding. He's got 25 feet of movement. He won't step back.
Question: what does resistance mean?
It means you take half damage from that source.
Okay.
So you take half from piercing.
I also have protection from energy, which is cool for fire.
Oh yeah. If you want to use that, you can definitely use that. All right. This one is going to Spine Devil. He's got 20-foot range. This is fly speed. Speed. 4 feet. He's going to fly up to here. A disadvantage shoot. He's in disadvantage to take shots at Cap with his spines. So this would be a 13 and then a 7, which I imagine both miss.
Yeah, none of those hit.
Okay. He had disadvantage because he's taking it past his normal range.
Yeah, so 13 and 7, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So
Okay.
Rhea's going to go on her turn 5, 10. She'll actually move up to here and take out her heavy crossbow and shoot at this guy. Because she knows what happened last time she charged in headstrong.
Glad she's learned her lesson.
Bad shot, unfortunately. Goes wide. Harlan, you're up. I appreciate lessons learned, but we're also all clumped together in fireball range, just as an FYI.
That's what we do, Morty. That's how we survived all these days.
Fair enough.
Harlan uses the dash and runs up here.
All right.
Is this stuff down here, like this little area where it's like darker brown right next to Derva, is that like a ditch or?
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 feet dug into the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, like the street's cracked up, and it's so you could technically like lay prone in there and get pretty good cover if you wanted to.
Yeah. Roll me in, Morty.
Assist creatures.
Push her over.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to 30 and throw 2 flames at you, Harlan. Nat 1 and a 20 to hit.
Cutting words.
Are you within...
30 or 60?
Is it 60?
Hold on. I'm mixing up my spells. Probably. 60 feet.
Then yes, you can roll d8.
Literally anything she rolls will make it miss. So
That's fine. She still has to roll and use that bardic. So yeah, the first one misses wildly. The second one goes to throw. Derva, what do you say from prone as you're laying on the ground?
Fuck you all.
You yell pejoratives in common, which they do not understand, and that's just enough to throw it off its game. As it misses. All right, it's the Spine Devil's turn. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 up to here. He's going to sling a couple spines at you, Harlan. First one,
miss.
10, and then a
Miss.
9's going to miss. Bounce off your shield. This guy's dead as fuck. Forget his turn.
Good job.
This spine... Oh, I skipped him,
Bang,
but it's this
bang.
one back here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You come up to here. And is going to... he's gonna dash with his flight. And he's gonna get up to here as he lands down closer to Derva.
Joke's on you, bitch. I have the high ground.
Okay, Anakin. Speaking of which, Derva, it's your turn. Half your movement to stand.
Yeah, I stand and
And you could still get to the bridge to attempt the incantation. Or wait, that's
1,
half your
2,
movement.
3.
You wouldn't be able to make it. Never mind.
Did you tell anyone the incantation?
No.
Nope.
It's it's
That's
half to.
unfortunate.
That's why it's half. Yeah.
It's half to stand. Yeah.
Who's next? Max is, and she can't, but Cap could. I put my hand on Cap as I'm getting up, and I tell him it, and I say, "Go get it," and throw it. I'll throw my so I can stab and.
Just so you know, you can give Cap the words, but he's still going to have to make a check to activate the bridge. Just as an FYI.
Well, I guess Morty would hear it also. Morty, Rhea, and Cap would probably hear it.
Yeah, they could all hear it. They could all make the attempt if they wanted to. I'm
Okay.
just letting you guys know that is going to be a roll in case, you want to give them any other resources to make it happen. But Cap, she says to you the incantation for the bridge, so you are aware of it. If you'd like to attempt to use your action to activate it.
What is activating the bridge do again?
Kills them.
It as far
Actually
as you
kill them.
know, does something to banish evil. You don't know exactly what it does, other than it harms evil.
It turns on the LEDs and blinds them.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a strobe light.
so I know the incantation now, and I can run to the bridge and use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, and so I do that. And then that doesn't count as like an action or anything. Me getting up saying that.
No,
Okay.
that I count that as part of your movement. So it's a
I
free action to
will-
talk.
Cantrip Vicious Mockery at the guy down below.
Just mockery, his magic resistance, so he has advantage on the roll.
Of course he does.
He succeeds.
And heal myself.
Alright, gonna cast Cure Wounds. You couldn't use Healing Word because it is a bonus, and
Yeah,
that is a
Healing
bonus.
Word
Never mind,
is-
you're good.
That's why I didn't
Yep, you're
use
good.
Cure Wounds, because it only says Healing Word.
My bad. For some reason, I thought briefly Vicious Mockery is a bonus. You're good. Go ahead and heal
Right.
yourself 5.
Okie doke.
It's this Spine Devil's turn. He's gonna land here and shoot 2 spines at Harlan. One day we'll get you a 21, motherfucker.
Cutting words.
You can't. You already used your reaction. Oh wait.
No, I didn't. I
Yep,
had my
you
turn
already-
again.
Yeah, you did. Oh yeah, you did. Never mind. Do you have a bardic left?
Yeah, I have 3. We had a short rest.
Okay, that's your last second bardic.
Second.
Both miss.
All right. Well, they both miss.
My AC is 20,
You-
so
You avoided 8 points of damage, Harlan, to your massive hit point pool. Congratulations.
Well, they're not attacking anyone else, and I still have 1 more.
You say something in common. It goes, huh? Oh, you corrected the DM. He's gonna miss real bad on that one. Yikes! The spine goes wide.
Harlan
Max,
gets a
just a
sense
couple-
of foreboding. Like, somebody has
God.
angered God.
It's fine. I'm only human. I make mistakes, as they say.
Oh, I didn't. Fuck. Well, okay.
I'm sorry, Derva. Did you want to move?
I meant to move behind Cap.
Yeah, go for it. I'm sorry.
I don't know if that is a cat. I don't want to go over the cat. There we go. Sorry, I was looking at my sheet, not paying attention.
You're good. Max, you're at least neutral, correct?
Correct. Yep. She's chaotic.
Okay,
neutral.
cool. Just want to make sure because there is a requirement for that gun.
No, I was looking at it. Yeah, it said neutral or
Okay.
evil, and I was like, I'm chaotic neutral. So,
Okay.
all right.
More tilting towards evil, but yeah, you're good.
You know, she leans. You know, it's only when
She
it's old
leans.
people or and she has a specific
those-
type.
Those fucking olds.
She just thinks there's an age limit. You should just be done with.
Alright, go
Okay, so
ahead.
she's gonna go after this orange dude right over here.
Yeah, I'd say he is covered, but it doesn't matter because you're sharpshooter.
Yep, sharpshooting. So bang bang.
All right, and I assume you're, unless you tell me otherwise, I'm going to assume you're using sharpshooter.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Out of nowhere.
There we go.
The heavens rumble, and you hear, "It's high noon."
Oh my
Oh
god.
shit! Go ahead and roll the first one. 13 plus. I don't know why I did all that. We'll just take the first roll. 13 plus. Okay. You fire a shot. Its head comes clean off.
Max,
Go ahead and take
you
your
know,
second
does that
shot.
little-
Just a
does that
different
little
target if you'd
twirly
like.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that little twirly thing, like, blows at the end of the. All right, so she's gonna go after. I guess.
They go,
after
oh
Green.
shit, it's Jesse McCree or whatever the fuck they changed his name to. What is it? Cassidy? I think it's Cassidy.
It's
Cassidy.
wait, it's bitch Cassidy, guys.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
okay, exactly. Bitch, don't call me a butch.
I'm gonna
All right.
regret giving you this gun.
Max
Yeah,
rolls her hands
sharpshooter
together.
that hits
Yeah.
on which green?
Green, yeah.
Another shot right through its head as it
And
flops down into the abyss below.
then Leroy is just gonna move up towards Morty, I believe. That should be 30, I think, ish. Right next to him. And so is Max.
Leroy
actually.
moves.
We'll both
Okay.
move.
Does Leroy want to ready his attack if anything gets near?
Yes. Yes, if anybody gets near, Leroy is ready to let the Silver Death out.
That snake bite will enter their veins.
Yes. He's bored. He's just watching the whole time.
All right, Cap, you're up.
Okay. So we're gonna move up to here.
Okay.
And strike blue
All right.
with a mace.
He's gonna Cap's got the battle frenzy. He's not gonna try and dispel them.
Sounds like a Morty
Oh,
job.
the lad.
Nice.
All right, so
Good
that
job, Cap.
is
So you save your rolls
Um,
for the good when you need them.
5 plus 6 is 11 damage. Yeah, you crack this guy in the skull. What good? And he goes for a bit of a spin, but he's still up.
Call his mother a whore in Infernal.
Yep.
Goes, really? You really? Come on. This is like a bit for you, is it? Is that what's going on?
He's like, I've heard about you.
He's
I heard about,
popular.
yeah, you called my buddy like his mama whore, and it was true and accurate, but still insensitive.
He needs to go find a safe place now.
Accurate, my friend.
They're
Why
gonna
else-
have a Cap Anonymous. People who have suffered.
Well, you know what? You're a big, dumb, stupid face. How does that feel?
What do you say, Cap?
Then,
You're a baka?
Anything else in your turn, Cap?
No.
Mortimer's turn. He goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he goes, all right, I guess I'll do whatever you were talking about. And he'll attempt this incantation. It's a religion check. I don't know. Oh! But, no, he
Burrito!
gets to reroll. He gets to reroll once. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Because he is a halfling. So let me roll religion again.
Burrito, go help Morty.
And he goes, what were the words? He looks back, confused. It does not happen.
And Burrito
does
can't
not
go and
happen.
help him by rubbing his legs.
Not off your turn. That guy's dead. It's Rhea's turn. She's gonna go 5. She's gonna run up to here, pulling out her long sword. She's gonna two-hand it and take 2 swings. 1, and then 2. Bang and bang. 14 plus 8. She beheads this devil. Harlan, you're up.
He turns to Cap and he's just like, call these guys bitches for me.
Cap flexes approvingly and calls all of them bitches in Infernal.
And then Harlan takes one massive swing. He's gonna hit one each, or try to.
Okay. First one's on which one?
First one is the bottom one, second one's on the top one.
Okay.
So 16. and 13.
You hit both.
All right, so the first one on the bottom takes 11.
Okay.
The top guy takes 8.
All right. All right. It's the devil right next to you on the bottom, that bearded devil. He is going to do 2 claws and a tail attack at you. Claw, and tail.
Second claw
17.
hits.
So 5 piercing. All right, that's his turn. This one, the spy devil, is going to take a bite and a pitchfork attack on you. Bite, 20, and pitchfork.
The bite hits.
Doing 6 slashing as it serrates you with its teeth. Now this one's dead. Derva, you're up.
So if I were to do this incantation on the bridge, would it hurt Harlan now that he's on it?
I'm chaotic
Is Harlan
good.
evil?
Oh, it's only evil.
That's
Okay.
what you were told.
Okay.
I'm a goody boy. What are you talking about?
Shit. Okay. So yeah.
Burrito comes
And
up
then
back behind you. Oh, it doesn't get that big.
Burrito, you're so
Just coming
big. And in case I need it, can I have Burrito give me the help action?
He can.
Perfect. Just roll 2 d20s.
Religion.
Oh, religion.
2 religion checks. Yep.
All right. 1 and 2.
The bridge begins to light up with holy sigils, and it ignites holy fire across the bridge. And I believe... I don't think they get a saving throw. Let me double check. Yeah, it just goes off. So these guys are each going to take 4d10 radiant damage.
Oh shit!
Oh, they should die.
Crafty, go ahead and roll it.
You want me to roll?
4d10.
4d10.
Yep.
Nice. So this is why the whole plane was being held together by these bridges.
Yep, they are powerful bridges. An unfortunate roll, as both the devils are still standing.
Yeah.
But you watch as the light on the bridge remains, and every time on your
Oh.
turn, Durva, it is just going to activate. So you have to roll the damage again as long as devils are on the bridge.
Okay.
But it does nothing to Harlan.
And as that's an action, I can take another bonus action to heal. Actually, can I
Okay.
bonus action to just take a potion? Since it's on me?
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'll do that. What is it? It's
2d4 plus 2.
Plus 2. Oh, wait.
/ roll.
Yep.
There you go. 8 health.
Alright, now I'm done.
Alright. It would be the Spine Devil's turn, but he's dead. Max.
Okay. So if I move Leroy up his 30, can he still attack from there? Is that like
He's
if you
He has to be within 10 feet of a target, so
okay. No, that's not gonna
this
work.
guy's
Well,
dead.
he's gonna move up anyway, and so is Max. And then she's gonna shoot at the top dude.
Okay. Roll the attack. Sharpshooter, I assume.
Yep.
Dead. We had 3 hit points left, so. The other guy,
I
go
didn't
ahead and roll
think
your
it-
attack on him.
Yeah, I didn't think he probably had much left.
Miss.
Yeah.
That shot
Okay.
goes wide.
Wide. It was bound to happen. All right. I think that is it for us.
Cat.
Okay. Moving up here. Gonna give this guy the old smackaroo.
El Kabong. Yep, that hits, doing 6 damage.
Cool.
Alright, is that your turn?
Yeah, everybody else is looking good. You know, we got this guy cornered. I'm just gonna like chill, waiting to smack him again if I have to. If I really have to.
Mortimer is going to conserve his last spell slot, so he's just going to take the dodge action on this turn. Rhea's going to run up, swing at this guy twice. Two-handing. That'll miss. Oh, 2 2s.
Wow.
Misses
That
twice.
really affected Ray.
Hardly.
Boo.
Sometimes you roll 2 2s.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you wear 2 2s. But
That's a different game.
indeed.
Sometimes
Or is it?
It's a different level of hell, okay?
That's at
the
least
ninth.
the third layer. Harlan Hightower, your turn.
Question.
Answer.
Would grabbing this guy and throwing him over the edge be more than one action?
Yes. Oh.
That's great.
What was that?
Yes.
Okay, Harlan just attacks him twice.
Damn. That'd be so fucking cool.
That would have been great.
Miss. And a crit.
Correct.
That'll hit. So that is one-handed 11 plus it's a D what on this? D6, so 17 points. He's still standing.
What?
Oh, come on.
And it's his
Go
turn.
bearded guy.
down.
He's going to go ahead and take some swipes at you. Claw. Tail.
Miss.
Miss.
All right. This guy is dead. Derva.
Is he dead?
Yep. You watch as the light on the bridge incinerates this final devil.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
And we exit the combat.
Derver goes down more than she'd like to.
I'm sad that I almost had to get back to my round to do that, to finish him.
But as you guys defeat the devils on the bridge, it remains active for a short time before dimming. And Mortimer kind of looks to you all and goes, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm pretty tapped.
Same.
Oh yeah,
It's also tapped.
I
two
got
slots.
one emergency slot and a bardic left.
It might be prudent to find somewhere to hunker down.
Yeah. Do you think?
What about this place right behind us?
True, and if we need to, and there's more devils, maybe we pitch the corpses over the bridge. And if more appear, we can activate the bridge again.
Fuck yeah.
You're so smart, Marty.
So
I
how
do
long?
have a high intelligence score, according to my character sheet.
How long does this bridge last for?
Roughly a minute upon observing.
Oh, okay.
But if you try to engage the enchantment immediately again, it does not work.
Okay.
So it looks like there's
What's
some sort of cooldown.
Yeah, what's the cooldown on it?
You're not sure without spending time to observe the bridge.
Okay.
Where are we hunkering? The house behind us?
Yeah, if you'd like to. There's
Okay.
a
It
house
doesn't
over
look like
here
it's
that's
on
not.
fire.
Yeah.
It's just slightly smoldering.
It's fine. It'll be warm.
It's fine.
You know?
We'll definitely wake
can
up
be a
if something
fireplace.
falls on our head, so.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys want to gather in that house to take
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
rest?
for sure.
Guys.
Yeah. Is there any logical way to like reinforce anything or like?
Yeah,
I don't
feel
know.
free. Like to the house.
Yeah, like or like maybe help hide us or anything like that.
Yeah, give me a survival check to see how well you can use it. You know, your surroundings to conceal your presence.
Could we also possibly have the strong people throw these devils over the edge so there's not...
Oh yeah,
dead?
you guys pitched. They all
Okay,
go into
cool.
the abyss, or I should say, not the abyss. They go into Avernus because the abyss is another place. Delete.
Oh, geez.
Max, and you are able to kind of instruct your group on, like, you know, boarding up the windows and, you know, shoring things up, grabbing some spare wood here and there, breaking down like chairs and tables that you guys don't need because you're staying here a short while. And very quickly you're able to kind of conceal your presence here along with the you know, civilians that you brought with you. And the house is big enough with a couple of rooms that there's enough room for all of you, and you feel like you've done a pretty good job of making sure, as long as people are quiet,
I snore.
that you're concealed. A Perito sleeps on her chest, and
Oh.
Helps the snoring. Wow, is that all I needed was a cat on my chest to cure this snoring?
help action is it steals your soul while you sleep.
Oh my god! Harlan was right! I'll never admit it.
He was right. Evil Bell, evil cat.
I'll never admit it.
But you guys all are going to set watches for the evening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We will roll through the watches in the evening before we conclude, if everyone's okay to go for a little longer.
Yep,
Sounds
dibs
good.
on not rolling.
Absolutely.
All right,
James,
who
I'm
would like?
not rolling.
I need 3 watches. Who wants to be the 3 watches?
The other 3 who didn't
Harlan's
roll.
watch.
Harlan.
Harlan always watches.
Okay. Harlan will take a watch. Who wants to take second?
Can you have Rhea? No, she
Ray
needs
can
to
take
rest.
a watch.
She needs to rest, though.
She
She's
says
still.
it's fine. I can take a watch and still get rest. It's fine.
Can Leroy watch?
Nah.
Technically,
He could.
Leroy with the Pareto help action?
sure.
go.
If you want to have the familiar
do-
and the snake.
Yes.
I mean, we also have a couple, the dwarves, the civilians. We can double up with
Yeah,
them as
Yeah,
well.
you can ask the civilians to watch as well.
Yeah, let's have the doors watch us while we sleep. We have been protecting
Smart.
their asses.
Yeah, smart.
Well, the female daughter, Volcara, goes, yeah, of course. We can definitely I can keep a watch. Not a problem. There's also Storvin and Kartra. If you want each of one of them to take a watch, they can as well.
I want Katra to get her full rest so she can help heal a little.
Well, Volcara is the one who's speaking
Oh,
to you.
Volcara.
She's the healer.
Oh shit. Okay.
Was there a
it's up to you,
place I
whatever you
could?
guys want.
Was there a place I could give my celestial steed cover outside?
Outside?
Yeah, I don't know if
No.
that's going to fit in the door. Does it
No,
fit inside?
It could. It'd be extremely cramped with a horse in here as well.
Can
But
it
you
just like wander down? Actually, I keep telepathic senses with it. Within a mile, could it be like a patrol? That way, if it sees stuff, it runs off in a different direction.
Sure. There's a horse. Just hanging
Yeah,
out.
because if it dies, it's not really dead.
Your horse will maintain a vigil on the bridge.
Harlan goes,
As
horse,
it spins
keep us
upside down.
safe.
It goes, of course.
Is that a horse doing flips
Okay,
outside?
Mr. Ed. It sure is.
Man, I must be dreaming.
But yes,
Cat
your
dreams.
celestial steed can keep watch outside as well and just run if there's any danger.
And run away from us if it spots anything. That way, it lures them away.
Okay, it will run immediately northward. All right.
So that's all
So
you
you're
wear.
letting civilians take watch, and none of you guys are taking watches.
Nope.
Nope.
Cap
Make some
will
rolls
if
on my.
need be.
Okay, if you want to cap, it's up to you, because
No,
this
you
will
need
just
your
be me
spell
rolling in
slots.
private.
Yeah,
I mean,
I definitely.
when you,
also-
let me put it this way, guys. When you take shifts, you don't lose your long rest as long as you make it through the night.
Oh, then yeah, definitely Cap will take a shift like to help out. Like as long as
Yeah.
he gets the spells back.
The idea is you guys are staggering sleep so that everyone can get a long rest.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, do you guys want to actively roll, or do you want me to roll in private for NPCs?
I would like
Doesn't
Leroy
matter
to
to me.
roll with the help of Pareto for one of them.
Okay.
Because that's one that we can
what were you
see.
saying, Harlan?
What was that?
What were you about to say something?
Oh, I said I don't. It doesn't matter for me, whichever way.
Cap, you want to roll?
Yeah. What do I roll?
So we'll put you first. So we'll make you first watch. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay.
Okay. You keep ears out during the first part of your eyes rest. You don't hear anything. It seems pretty quiet. Nothing comes marching by. You don't hear any more shots. You don't hear anything else other than the occasional crack of the lightning from that orb that is above the city, but none of it is close to you. So your watch goes on pretty uneventful outside of just the general din of crumbling and fire.
Fantastic use of a critical perception. Almost critical perception.
Almost critical. Well, let's just say those factor into what I decide happens. Anyway, Leroy, roll a
Leroy.
perception check with for Leroy with advantage because Perito is helping him keep eyes.
I love Perito.
I also love Perito. Oh shit.
A 12. Leroy is like,
Wait, do I have to roll twice for him because if there's an advantage, or
it rolled 2 times already. You see the
it
6
does,
and the
okay.
12?
Oh yeah.
So that's your advantage. So with a
Okay.
12, Leroy notices something in the night but can't communicate with anybody.
What are you talking
He's
about?
right next to
He
Max.
can
He can
rap.
try to asphyxiate her.
He will bump Max on the nose.
Boop.
And Max, you'll hear the sounds of hooves
Oh,
charging to the north.
Oh.
Since I'm telepathically linked, does my horse like kind of scream at my
does
mind?
the horse notice anything? Where did the horse go?
The only thing you notice is after a moment, the horse's cry as it's killed.
Oh.
Some ways north of you by something. But apparently distracted whatever came over the bridge or from other part of the city. So it pulled attention away from where you rest.
Does Harlan notice this? Like, does he have a sensation when the horse goes? Okay.
Harlan, you have this sensation as you're resting. The severing of the connection to your horse.
My plan succeeded.
An effective distraction.
Effective distraction.
I'm not depressed about my horse dying because I can summon it again.
Yep.
All right. The last watch goes off. So something on my desk. Okay. And Derva.
God,
Whilst
stop
you
it.
sleep, you hear something calling out to you. Do you listen, or do you try and resist its call?
Oh, I'll listen, but I'm not gonna move. I'm like listening, like with my eyes closed.
Oh yeah, this is in your sleep.
Oh,
in your dream.
This is in my sleep. Okay, I listen.
You find yourself in a familiar landscape. Darkness, bars around you, and it's difficult to make out distant or close figure of these yellow eyes, almost like a cat's eyes, as they clarify. And you hear a voice. Derva, do you like the gift I sent you?
My eyes are still like closed, even in my dream. Once I see the eyes, and yes, very much.
Burrito. It's a good name. I wouldn't have thought of it.
Thank you. Derva opens her eyes.
And you can make a perception check for me.
With my Perito?
You are given the help action if you'd like.
Fuck yeah.
You gaze at these eyes and you begin to clarify a larger figure. It almost looks like a mask. A mask with 2 yellow cat-like eyes. The mask is split. One side black, the other white, like a harlequin's mask. In the shadows. And the voice continues. Your friends seem to not like me.
Perito?
No. You know who I
Oh.
am.
I know. I tried. I did.
Maybe it's better if we don't tell them too many things. I sent that one with a bell and a gun. I gave him so he could give them as gifts to you and Max. Aren't you happy?
Yes, it made Max happy.
Good. There are so many more gifts. But
You-
friends help friends, don't they?
yes.
These devils. I don't like them, Derva. In fact, I quite hate them.
And I've been killing them.
I need you to keep killing and killing as many as you can.
Can
You make
I?
that promise for me?
I can. Can I make a request that you can and cannot fill? Can or cannot fill?
Go ahead.
Harlan doesn't seem to be behind you the most. And I know I may never earn his trust after what we did. Maybe you can help him next?
You want me to help Harlan?
Get him on our side? He's very good at killing these devils.
Oh, I can help.
Derva kind of like smiles.
By the way, in the High Hall, when you get there, there's someone who appears to be dead. They aren't, but they're not an enemy. Not yet, anyway. Make sure they live.
Somebody who's dead but not dead.
Appears as dead. A bit of a trick. A lie, if you will.
And you want me to save them. Make sure they don't die.
Oh, yes. As long as they live, many more will live to fight the devils.
Do they have a name?
I don't know. Likely.
I will do my best.
Good. And I will do my utmost to help Harlan, I will. He'll be so happy, I think.
Derva nods and smiles and kind of like shifts so she can maybe get some real sleep. And just says thank you.
You're quite welcome, friend. I hope you're having as much fun as you ever wanted.
I
And you
love my
hear the jingling of the bell.
She almost
did.
died. That was fun.
I definitely I just think of Perito and not my death. Not falling over. Oh, can I
Alright.
ask one more thing?
The jingle stops a moment. Yeah.
Maybe any more fun commands?
The Holy Font, Lulu.
Yes.
She is important. Protect her.
Okay. And I roll back over and
She'll
listen.
bring you lots of fun. And the
That's
voice
creepy.
filters off. And the shadows overtake. The bars disappear. The lights of eyes vanish. And in the morning, one more thing, actually. Max, can you make for
Yes.
me as well a wisdom save in your slumber? Roll a
She sleeps
D100
dumb.
for me.
She's dumb in her sleep.
Burn. 39. Okay, good to know.
You're giving me indigestion.
You all awaken the next morning with a long rest.
Yay.
Nothing assailed you in the night. But everyone make a perception check for me as you all awaken. Okay. You all awaken, long rested, feeling well for the day. And as you're getting your gear ready, your packs, and gathering all of the civilians saved, to make that push towards the high hall, you begin to leave this building. Max, you can't help but notice just briefly behind you. Your shadow stretches a little too long and looks a
Oh,
little
no,
off,
not that. Ooh.
but you shake your head and walk out the door. And that's where we'll pick up on our next session.